Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Elbow Nudge Podcast. This is episode 18. But let's forget about that right now because there's another number that matters more important than that. And that's 3. Because this is High School Musical 3. And the third and last Elbow Nudge episode on High School Musical.
I thought you were going to say the last Elbow Nudge episode, period.
Ever.
I was like, we didn't discuss this.
We are graduating. We're moving on. So, Caroline, what do you think about that?
We got 16 minutes. 16
Well,
minutes
the
left.
last High School Musical in the trilogy, the last episode covering the High School Musical is an end for all of us.
It is. This is the end of an era. You know, I've grown very fond of the Wildcats these past 3 weeks. And the music, the characters, everything. And honestly, I was getting pretty emotional watching the beginning of this film. The way it starts, we're going to jump into it, everybody. I love the way this movie starts. This movie starts like
Sweaty
it knows.
Troy Bolton?
Well, that's for another conversation later. But
No, it is a good start, though. It's super HD.
It starts, well, yeah, super HD, but I feel after watching my fair share of those feel-good sports movies, it has that intro where you hear the music, that like bum, 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 and it's like Disney, like presents. It's no longer a Disney Channel original movie.
So the Disney Castle, that's what got you.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
and that's the thing, too. This isn't a DCOM. This is a film. It was released theatrically, High School Musical 3. And just already from the intro, everything is ramped up. Like the castle, and then it from the way that the movie intros, from the music, from the way that they're going through the locker room, and it's the Wildcats versus the Knights. These are the people from High School Musical 1. It's the same team that they're fighting against or playing against.
Not only that, but is East High versus West High.
Yeah, I didn't realize that the Knights were West High. That's so cool.
I didn't realize that until maybe my 3rd or 4th play, as I was like really trying to get my songs in order. When I was playing the song again, I'm like, wait. At one point, they actually say, "Go West High" or something in the background. I'm like, wait. They said West? And then you see the cheerleaders, they have West. The blue cheerleaders, they have West on their chests. I'm like, no way.
I caught that immediately on the first watch. I was like, wait, they're West High Knights? Oh! This is like a Harlandale versus McCullum moment if you're from San Antonio.
I was going to say, so since they're the West High Knights, who do you support?
Oh, I'm a Wildcat.
Good.
Come on. Tony, what team?
Wildcats, of course. I was asking you what team.
Wildcats.
You know what team for me.
Get your head in the game.
Once a Wildcat, always a Wildcat.
Yeah.
So
Gotta go for the Wildcats.
I want to ask you from the top.
All right.
How does this movie sit amongst part 1 and 2?
Oh, we're getting into it.
Yeah. It's the final. Let's cover it all.
It's a good movie. I will not knock it, but I think High School Musical 1 is the best, and 2 is the second best, and 3 is, it's underneath those two.
I'm going to have to say 3 is better than 2.
I felt like you were going there. I was already going to be like, don't say it, but
I'll tell you why. I
Okay,
think the songs are still better in 2. I think the songs are better in 2, and obviously the songs are better in 1. But I think the story matters a lot more. They're covering a very important story.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
And I think that elevates it a lot.
That's very true. The emotional weight and value is definitely more in this movie than like Summer Vacation, Summer Jobs, and things like that. This is their future. This is where they're going to go and what they're going to do and everything.
I wanted to ask you about some of these because I feel like they covered very important emotional things, surprisingly. So one of them is, well, how do I categorize it? Yeah, let's say one of them is like the future. They're undecided about their future. And then another one is high school love and relationship.
Yeah, that romance.
Yeah. Let's start there, since that one, I guess, got your attention more immediately.
Chad immediately comes out the gate when talking to Troy, and he's like, everybody knows you don't keep the girl after high school.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's so crazy to me.
And Taylor even said something along those lines.
Exactly.
What did she
like,
say?
I can't remember exactly, but she said something like, "Oh, you can't just keep hanging on to Troy because he's your first crush."
Yeah.
And Gabriella looks at her like, and it's like your first relationship.
The first relationship. She immediately apologized. She felt bad immediately.
But like they already
Chad was
don't
like,
consider.
"Yeah, bro.
You don't keep the
You
girl
move
after
on.
high school. Come on, man."
You don't want to be locked down." But yeah, what do you think about that? Because it is a huge conundrum. Because the mom also tells Gabriella, when you're in high school feels like the most important thing in the world. But then, yeah, when you look back, everything was not a big deal. Your homework, your drama, the gossip and all that is just not a big deal. It's funny to look back on. So how do you determine if this is a real relationship that you can move forward with, or if this is just your high school sweetheart? Even though I know people have married their high school sweethearts and you could carry on that relationship, but how can you determine that? How do you know if this is just a temporary thing?
It's crazy because I feel like I've heard equal shares from both types of opinions because like my parents are high school sweethearts, but then they also tell me, "Oh, it was really hard. It was really hard to keep the relationship going." Even and it's not like as if they even went to out of state colleges. They stayed in the same city. But there's such a likelihood that when you grow up and you go to college and you meet more people and you grow as a person, you're not going to be the same person you were in high school when you dated that, that boy or that girl. And then I even remember growing up and like being in that high school age and thinking like, "Oh, I'm going to have these same friends forever." And then that's not the case at all. When you grow up and you go on to be an adult and you learn and experience different things, you start weeding out and losing some of the friends around you too. And so I was at first, when I heard like Chad say like, "Oh, everybody knows you don't keep the girl after high school," I was very like, like that's so rude. Such a rude way to put that relationship.
How do you see your boy Chad after that?
I know. Oh, it hurt me. Chad. I think Ryan has.
We're rooting for you, Chad.
I know. I feel insert that Tyra Banks meme or GIF where she's like, "I was rooting for you, Chad.
We were all rooting for you.
We were all rooting for you." And like Ryan has instantly replaced him. I love Ryan in this
I feel
movie.
like he was already there starting from 2.
Yeah, he was. His arc was slow, but he got there for me in this movie, definitely. But when I first heard that from Chad, I was like, but then the more that I started thinking about it throughout the film, and then I think especially when Gabriella's mom came in and said, you think high school is the most important, and that's so true, because I remember having that same mindset when I was that age. Like, I'm going to have these people around me forever. Nothing's ever going to separate us. And, that's not how it was. You grow up and you become a different person. You see different things and change your opinions, and yeah, you just get different priorities, especially when you enter college and start thinking about your future a little bit more. So at first I was very much on the edge about that, but I can definitely see how that progression could be. I just think like when you hear that and you're so young and you're in that environment, you instantly want to be like, "That's not going to happen to me." But
I feel like that happens very specifically in relationships. Like if somebody outside the relationship, they tell you, for whatever reason, like, "Oh, he or she is not good for you," or like, you guys will move on, blah blah. If they tell you something from the outside and they tell you like, "Oh, it's just puppy love, it's just a crush, whatever," from the inside is like, "No, I love this person so much, I'm gonna marry them. They're everything to me.
Exactly.
You don't know, you have no idea." And then if you move on, you look back and you're like, "Oh yeah, what was I thinking?" If you move on. But if you guys stay together and make it work, then you're right about that. But it's just hard to see from the inside.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you're on the nose with that. It's just, it's really up to the people in that relationship on how much they want that relationship to work out. Will they succeed? How much do they want to hold on to each other and things like that? There's just a lot of factors, but I definitely see and sympathize a little bit more with the people around Troy and Gabriella as to why they were telling them that. Because initially, when I first watched this, I was like, "Oh, they're so rude. They just really want to push them apart, and they're just really against this relationship from going past high school and stuff." But then after I was thinking about it a little more, I was like, maybe they were being a little mature about this. They were being pretty wise.
Yeah, isn't
However,
that interesting?
yeah, I was just thinking like it's a little odd to. I just think that that's a weird thing to put on a person. Like, I think that that's something you should tell somebody after they've broken up with their high school sweetheart instead of they're currently in a happy relationship with them.
Yeah, he was breaking that out way too soon.
Like if your homie is still in a relationship with somebody and they're happy and they're trying to make it work, you root for them. But if they break up, then it's like, hey, you know what? This happens a lot in people. That's when you bring it out, like the whole "you don't keep the girl after high school" talk.
Yeah, they
But
didn't break up.
they did it.
They were talking on the phone. They're going through something, and then Chad is like, "Bro, move on. You don't stick
Bro,
with the girl from high school. Come on."
you got to get your head in the game. Time to take your heart out of the song.
Beautifully put. Chad would agree with you. Absolutely.
I had to break out my inner Chad for that one.
But this is why I really like this movie, and I would put it above 2, probably not above 1, but I like the 1 because the message was, break free. You gotta be who you are, accept yourself for who you are.
You're not just classified to a clique or
Right.
a certain.
Don't be afraid to express yourself.
You can
Love
be
who
into
you
different things. Exactly.
2 was just summer vacation. And,
Every
and let's do a play.
day of our lives.
No. No. And three has so many. Right now we're just talking about the relationship thing, but then it ties into all right, what are they going to do about their futures? Are they going to decide to go to
their college,
their best possible college for a possibly great future and career? Or are they going to decide to stick together should they try to make the relationship work, or should they focus on their careers and futures? And both of those are unknowns. You don't know how they're going to work out necessarily. It was interesting. It was so interesting. I'm glad they tackled this. I love that it just worked out so perfectly how this is real problems, is the last movie in the trilogy, is senior year, is graduation. Like, this movie has so much finality to it. It just felt that way throughout this whole movie. Like, this is it. This is the last moment, the last time we get to enjoy this. I really liked it for that, Caroline.
I agree. I really think that too. I was even thinking about like where I was like in my life when this movie came out. It's interesting because when High School Musical 1 came out, I can't remember the exact age, but I was in the middle of all of that. Disney Channel. I was watching Hannah Montana. I was watching all of these shows on Disney Channel.
That was 2006, right?
Yeah. Oh man, so how old was I? Like 11? I'm trying to think. 2006 minus.
Yeah, no idea.
The year I was born. Yeah, I was 11. And, I was all in on High School Musical. I loved High School Musical. So, but after going through, I think that watching it as a kid, because what's interesting is I didn't watch High School Musical 3 when it came out. I was in that anime phase. I was trying to distance myself from Disney and trying to prove to other people that were around me, like, I just nothing right now. I mean, I'm all on Disney. I watch everything.
But you were trying to distance yourself. It wasn't cool anymore?
I was a teenager and I was just trying to appear cooler to the people around me than I really was. I wasn't that cool. Like, come on, how cool can a 14-year-old be? And especially me.
Well, if you watch anime, then you're in.
Oh, you'll be surprised. The anime hate at the time, I was going against the grain. But
really, you should have gone to my high school. You would have been, my goodness, popular table.
What could have been? No, I was definitely not.
I was eating lunch in the bathroom.
No, I was eating lunch in the bathroom.
Watching my regular cartoon.
That's how I. One of the reasons I became friends with Ashley was Shrek and anime.
She was in the other stall eating lunch.
That's how we maintained our friendship from the teenage years growing up. But yeah, so I didn't watch High School Musical 3 when it came out. I didn't watch it until much later in life. I think it was it with y'all? Did I watch it with the gang? Was the first time I saw it?
That wasn't. Well, you tell me. Was that your first time?
I I think no, it wasn't. I saw it on my own a couple of years before. I do remember I saw it after I had graduated high school, because it took a long time for me to see it on my own, but I did, and it was after I graduated high school. It was on TV. I remember another factor too was it was in theaters. I was not gonna have my parents drive me to the theater and watch it with them, and then none of my friends wanted to see it with me in theaters, and I wasn't about to be all like, hey, I want to go see High School Musical 3 in theaters. Like, no, none of us.
They're like, no way, we want to watch Naruto. Wait, no, wrong way. Wait, what's the cool thing to watch? Because you were watching
at that
anime
time it was Naruto. Yeah.
No, but that's the lame thing, right? At this time, so what were they watching?
No,
you told me yourself.
When I was a teenager, Naruto was the cool thing to watch. It was Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece.
Hold on. Let's get this straightened out. Because
no.
you told me watching anime was lame and you were not the cool kid because of that. So
yeah,
that
but I still
means-
had friends that liked anime. That I had like.
So your friends. Oh, so
It
Disney
wasn't
was even worse than anime.
We were the misfits, but yeah, like I had friends that liked anime. Those were my friends around me at the time when I was a teenager.
But Disney was worse and more embarrassing than anime.
Disney was associated with child, like being a kid, and it's like, you still watch that? Nah.
Yeah, you're not watching cartoons like us.
Cut to you're not watching these Japanese cartoons that have fighting and blood.
Grow up.
You're such a child.
You still watch live action? Wow.
You watch Zac Efron? I'm watching
You watch
Sasuke.
American actors?
You watch American entertainment? That is so 2006. Gross.
I'm glad he chose that year. Exactly when High School Musical 1 came out.
So yeah, my friends did not want to go see it with me. I wasn't going to make my parents go to the movies with me and watch High School Musical 3. But so I completely didn't watch it. But it wasn't until I graduated high school. I remember I was browsing channels because I was looking for Law and Order to watch. And on Disney Channel, they had put like, oh, on TV tonight is High School Musical 3 on cable. And I was like, oh, dang, I never saw that. I'm going to put it on. So I saw it. That was when I saw it. And I must have been like 19 to 20 years old. And oh my gosh, when I heard the song, the We're All in This Together graduation mix,
graduation mix.
I got all sorts of emotional. I was in the perfect place of my life to watch that movie because I related to a lot of those things where it's like you grow up. And I even remember my dad telling me, like, because even when I graduated high school, I graduated the same year that like my friends and I graduated high school around the same time. So we were all kind of going through those emotions and stuff. And I never formally went to high school. I did an online program. But like my friends that did go to high school, because we were all friends at church, they were like, oh, I'm going to miss my friends. I'm probably not going to see them again. And I didn't really understand that. I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? And then my dad was kind of sitting down with me and my friends. And he was just kind of talking to us and saying like, oh yeah, you like, there's a good percentage that you're never going to like, you're not going to talk to your friends that you made in high school. There's a good chance that you're not going to like keep in touch with them or stick around with them. You're all going to go off in different directions. So unless like you put in the effort to keep in contact with them, y'all are all going to grow in different ways. And it's crazy because when I think about that, I was just kind of reflecting after watching this movie. And I remember talking to one of my friends recently about how, like, I think I asked him, oh, do you still keep in contact with anybody you went to high school with? And he was like, no, I don't talk to anybody that I went to high school with. I think I'm friends with some of them on Facebook and that's it. And then I had another friend who he still meets up with his high school friends like every month. They go out to eat, they go and do things together, and they're all still very much like a friend group. So I don't know. And then watching this movie recently too, watching it because we watched it this past week, I was just remembering all of that. I was thinking like, you know, it is a really interesting part of your life to grow up and to graduate and to you're actually going out and you have this opportunity now to go see the world and to go be in different atmospheres, especially with how these characters end up. Like Troy is going to go to Berkeley, Gabriella's going to go to Stanford. You know, those are very different cities and places to be compared to
32 miles, 0.76 miles away. I don't
yeah.
know.
Compared to like where they were in Albuquerque and things like that, and being East High, you know, you're going from being at East High where everybody knows your name, everybody, you know, you have a team and everything, to a college. Very different atmosphere and environment. You could tell these characters, especially with Troy, I felt that. I felt his whole frustration and his back and forth with himself on what he wants to do. He's really weighing his options because this is a big decision, and it's really cool that the movie tackled that. You go from such a kind of smaller and simple message in the first movie to this movie being like, hey, you have to think about your future. And when you think about the age group that they were presenting this movie to, it was pretty profound, I think.
That's why I really like it. That's what I think is very important. It's story-wise, yeah, it's probably on par or better than the first one just because of how high the stakes are, if you want to call them that. But yeah, you're making really big decisions when you're very young. Still a kid. You're deciding your whole future. You're deciding your love life, your career, your friendships in high school. And yeah, there's so many moments in this movie that it just feels like the end. It feels like an ending. It literally is, but
it feels like Avengers Endgame.
It's the end game of High School Musical. It is.
It definitely
especially
felt
how
like...
it ends. I always bring that up. But
yeah.
everyone's close-up shot at the end.
Yes.
Come on.
And when they recreate the poster, they have the red...
the original poster with the High School Musical over them. It was perfect.
The red curtains, the jump. It really felt like it really felt like a love letter to the people who stuck around and watched High School Musical 1 and everything.
So I feel like that's a whole nother point I want to go over as well.
Mm-hmm.
The difference of it being in theaters versus on Disney Channel. But before that, I just want to say, out of all the moments I felt like the ending, because I felt like this movie really captured what it feels like to be near the end of your senior year, about to graduate. And the very last scene, the one that I felt was the exact feeling of being a senior about to graduate, was when they were at the end of their play. It was an all in this together graduation mix, and then everyone's saying where they're gonna go, what schools they're attending, and then they call up Chad, and Chad is just off playing basketball.
Yeah.
And then Troy goes to get him, and then Chad says, "So this is it, huh? After this, it's over." And I feel like
my heart.
That's it. That is the feeling. Like, there's so much fun and excitement going on around you when you're a senior, close to graduation. The teachers are so lenient. Everyone's just happier, and you're talking with your friends, and everything's exciting and fun. They're barely giving you any work to do, and then everything is kind of just easy going. And then once his graduation, it's over. That's it. It's over, and it's like, what? All of that gone in a minute. The whole reason you guys, like, high school, the whole reason everybody was just coming together, seeing each other every day, 5 days a week, hanging out, drama, all this after school, just hanging out with friends, all of that is over in an instant. And it's crazy, and I feel like they captured it with that. Like, that was probably going through Chad's head. It's like, that's it, right? Like, after this, it's over. And he's like, he's trying to hold on to the last moments of high school playing basketball. That was a special scene.
That was definitely, at first I remember thinking, like, Chad, what are you doing? You're messing up the musical. But once you could tell, Cordon Bleu, just A+ on his acting too, because I feel like all the actors really brought up their game. Like, they knew, we're not in a DCOM anymore. We're in a film, and they brought it. Because there wasn't a lot of those cheesy, like, yes, there was still some, like, cheesy, corny scenes and things like that. But in terms of actually showing emotion and putting their all into this, they brought it. So when Chad turned around and was like, so this is it, Like it's over after this. I felt that. And then I love that the way Troy kind of consoles him. And then when Chad tells him, like, so do the, I can't remember what, he's like, so does Berkeley have a team? And he's like, oh, we have a team.
Yeah, I forgot the team name.
I can't remember, but he's like, we're scheduled to kick some Red Hawk butt.
He's like, do they play?
Yeah,
like,
yes, do they play? Scheduled to kick some Red Hawk butt in November.
And then what about what his dad says to them?
Which one?
Like, oh, you two get your butts back on stage. He's like, I never thought I'd hear my dad say that.
The Coach Dad, his hair was so whack this movie.
I'm glad you brought that up. I was gonna ask you, what's the opposite of a glow up? Because this is happening to him.
He had a glow down. He had a
glow down.
A gloom down. It's
he
not
had a
glowing.
throw up in this movie. What happened?
His hair. What happened to his hair?
It lost all his energy.
He's got the weird bangs in the front. Like,
yeah.
I was like, Coach Dad, what happened?
He was trying to be more like Troy. Trying to grow his hair out. Because he didn't have hair that long in the first two.
He looked like a respectable coach in the first two movies.
Yeah.
And now it's weird. He's got like those flappy bangs in the front of his hair. It's
very strange.
He was not rocking it. He was not rocking it. I don't know who greenlit that hairstyle.
It was his senior citizen year.
He was trying to make himself look like a hawk for the Red Hawks.
He's on stage 1. There's 20 stages.
They're like, sir, you got to grow it out a little bit more before we get the mohawk going. And he's like, dang it.
I'm on
it. I'll go through this movie with this haircut.
I'll look cool, right?
You're going to look so cool, sir.
Right.
Right.
I'm glad he brought that up. I was thinking that the moment we saw him in the locker room.
Yeah. I was like, oh, what happened to his hair?
Yeah, what happened? Wow. Rough year.
I'll tell you what, though. I was catching the feels at the beginning of the movie when he started off with saying there's 16 minutes left in that game. There's 16 minutes left for you to wear that Wildcat uniform.
Yeah.
Oh, that hit me.
Yeah, that got me
so
good.
hard. I was like, you're only going to wear that uniform for 16 more minutes. Now go out there and act like a team.
That set the whole mood of the movie for me. I was looking at everything like, that's the last time Sharpay is going to be at the balcony. That's the last time that we're going to see them on stage.
Her at her locker.
That's the last time she'll be at her pink lockers. That everything they did is, that's it.
That's the last time. Last time they'll be in Ms. Darbus's class.
Last time we see Ms. Darbus.
Oh, Ms. Darbus.
You know what I was thinking? We didn't see a lot of Ms. Darbus in part 2.
No, I think we only saw her in What Time Is It?
Yeah, I was surprised because she's a big part of part 1. And
she's now a big part of part 3.
Yeah.
She was you know what? I like her significantly more in this movie than in the first one. Don't get me wrong. I didn't dislike her in the first one. But in the third one, she's just a lot better written, more prevalent. She's just a better character.
She wasn't very musical, theater. She wasn't talking like that all the time anymore.
Yeah, she was more like a teacher, which is good.
This is what we were talking about. I don't know if it was in part 2 or the part 1 episode, but
they all blend together in my mind.
This is what I was saying, where she doesn't talk like that all the time. Come on. She goes home and she's like, all right, honey, time for dinner. And I'm like, honey, time for dinner.
The odds demand your presence at this dinner table.
And she was talking like that. She speaks like a normal person.
Yeah.
In this movie.
I really love the scene after Troy's solo song. Scream, yes.
Yeah.
Where they have their kind of one-on-one conversation, and she tells him first of all that she's the one that submitted Troy's name to Juilliard for the scholarship. And
yeah, that was great.
I love that she, just as a teacher overall, I love it when shows have a teacher that believe in their students. I think of like Mr. Feeney in Boy Meets World, and even I'm trying to think of other ones, but like just teachers that go out of their way for their students. And we got a moment like that in this movie where she saw how good he was, how much he enjoyed being on stage, how much he liked performing.
Let's
that
quickly mention how big of a coincidence it was that she was just sitting in the dark for hours until Troy
well,
just so happened to show up and start singing.
she said it's because she was working on balancing the play after Sharpay pulled her little thing that we'll get to later. But
But after she basically quickly balanced it on the spot, she's like, "Oh, Gabriella's not here. All right, Sharpay, you step in. Boom, done." And she was just waiting in the dark, a dark theater.
I think she was sitting there like, how is this supposed to work out? She's not playing a character. This is supposed to be a real person. And then she gonna do a song? Like, what? Am I really gonna let Sharpay get away with this? Yeah, I guess I am. I got nobody else to replace her. I can't call Miss Montez back. Oh, hey, Troy's here singing on the stage.
So you think this is believable?
I think it's 100% believable.
I don't.
I think it's believable.
I don't think so. I think she figured it out. That's why there's understudies and stuff. There's always people to fill in. And since Sharpay just decided, all right, I'll take the spot, she's like, all right, perfect. And then I'll just have an understudy fill in.
I don't know. I don't think
spot.
she was intending to actually use those understudies. I think she just wanted them to learn from the seniors. Like, oh, I'm going to make y'all understudies, but I'm not actually going to need to use y'all. I just want y'all to see how the seniors are. That way you can learn from them.
I think as a theater teacher, she would not deny anyone a spot in the play with how little people actually want to participate. Let's not forget how basically no one signed up for this play in the beginning until Kelsey started writing down all the names. Again.
Kelsey, MVP. None of these movies would happen if it wasn't for Kelsey. That's just the point blank. She's the catalyst for High School Musical.
I would say if it wasn't for Sharpay.
Well,
Yeah. Part 3, not very much, but part 1 and 2, yeah. No movie without Sharpay.
I'm just thinking Kelsey is the catalyst to get all of these things rolling. Because she's even the one that, like, at the beginning of the... in High School Musical 1, she was the one that had them sing What I've Been Looking For. And she was like, oh, that's it. These two have got magic together. And was, like, working with them on their own. And then in High School Musical 2, she's the one that wrote You Are the Music in Me that got them all to be in the talent show. And then cut to High School Musical 3, she's doing the same thing. She gets everybody involved to be in this play.
But High School Musical 2, it was because of Sharpay that they're all working together at this resort, at this country club.
Okay, I see what you're doing. It's like a domino effect. And
What am I doing? Well, I see what you're doing. You're explaining why Sharpay is the main reason for all these movies.
It's like a domino, and I'm putting Kelsey up, and you're putting Sharpay as the domino right before.
I think that's how this works.
Okay.
I see what you're doing. I'm just saying it how it is, how the movies work.
I see what you're doing. You Sharpay lover, you.
Caroline, I think 1 and 2 are definitely Sharpay. 3, not very much. She doesn't have much influence on the story. But yeah, part 1, in a lot of aspects, especially the whole reason we get the epic finale of the theater and the game and the mathlete decathlon, whatever it's called, is all on the same day, and they have to pull off that heist, whatever. All that is because of her. But yeah, 3 not so much. I don't see how. Yeah, we could say it was Kelsey for that because she wrote everyone's name on the list. But I just wanted to bring up for that again. Nobody cares about theater, so Miss Darbus is not going to reject people wanting to be part of theater.
I don't think it was more about her rejecting, but it was more about how she wanted the seniors. She wanted the seniors center stage. And so I don't think she really intended, because if it's about graduation and about the seniors themselves, why would you cast understudies, like, realistically? Like, oh, if this person can't make it, you're going to play Troy. I think she was really putting it for, like, oh, I want you to learn from them. I want you to learn from this person.
But then again, this is just a play for a high school.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she would stress out so much about it, and I think she would use the understudies because they're just other students who want to be in theater. It's not a senior play. It's just a play.
Well, she said the play was about senior year. It's a senior play.
Well, yeah, that was a theme. Yeah, that's right. But I don't think they were ever excluding any other students, especially when we saw the kids who showed up after, I don't know who announces him, Kelsey or what's her name, Martha. Yeah, wasn't it Martha was the last one to come in, and she's like, oh wait, I brought other people.
Yeah, she brought backup dancers.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they weren't all seniors.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're not. The backup dancers, yeah, but I mean like main characters, the ones who got their curtain call and announcement in their full graduation gear.
Yeah.
Those are the ones you're not going to replace, like not intentionally going to replace. Let's be real.
No.
They're going to cast Troy as Troy and then have him understudy. What's that guy's name? I can't even remember his name. Rocket Man.
Rocket Man.
He's so Elton John.
Let's talk about this. Yeah, I was trying to think, like, they didn't...
Is his name Elton John?
It wasn't Rocket Guy or something?
Rocket
No,
Boy?
it was Rocket Man. All right, so I want us to get a little bit into this because this movie came out in theaters. There's a lot that revolves around this, at least in my mind. A lot of questions and a lot of ideas behind this. How much of this movie do you think was intended for first-time viewers of High School Musical without seeing High School Musical 1 or 2?
That's a good question. I didn't even think of that.
I was thinking about this a lot.
I didn't even think about that. Who would go see High School Musical 3 without seeing 1?
I have no idea. I know some people saw Infinity War without seeing any of the movies. There's people out there who will do this. But just think about it, because there's some things that I feel like they're introducing us to the idea of what this character is for the first time.
Like Sharpay's fabulous drive-in?
Yeah, Sharpay. They really emphasize how Sharpay is a fabulous one, and she likes.
They were even playing. Were they playing Fabulous?
They
instrumental?
Were. They were.
We got a little tie-in.
And then they showed a lot of the kids in the school fawning over her again. I think we saw that in the first one, but we didn't see that in the second one. But I guess it's because it was just everyone else who already knows her. But then we saw it again in the third one.
Yeah, they're reestablishing who she is in East High.
But here's the most important one that makes me think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Troy, and I wrote it down just like this. Does Troy have to break free again? Because he spoke with his... Oh, no, I was going to say his dad. No, he spoke with Gabriella, telling her, like, oh, like, he can't sing because what is his dad going to think? What is Chad going to think? He's bringing up the exact lesson he learned in part 1. You remember that when they were like about to walk into the hammock and talk on the hammock?
Yeah.
At Gabriella's house, I think it was.
Yeah.
So it's like,
wow.
what happened? Did they ignore it, or is this like a very soft reboot or something?
It's definitely not like, very soft reboot if that is the case, because they're not erasing the events of 1 and 2, but
yeah, you can't even call it a reboot because it literally is. They're continuing everything.
They're definitely bringing back some themes from 1, if that's the case. I didn't even think about it like that, but when you mention that, maybe I think in the movie logic for viewers who are returning from 1 and 2, they want you to think that like Chad and Troy's dad thought that the musicale was a one-time thing. It's like, all right, you want to sing on stage with the girl and have your moment, that's fine, but senior year, you got to bring it. And then...
You got to get your head in the game.
You got to get your head in the game and your heart out of the song. But, and Troy's over here like, no, I really do like this. I really want to keep this as part of my future. So, I could see movie logic, how that all works, but as movie 3 goes, for introducing new people, I don't know.
Because I'm thinking maybe...
We've established that he's breaking free already, so why is he
he already broke free.
He
should be singing his heart out every day.
Soaring,
but I was thinking, was Kenny Ortega and crew, and also Disney themselves, were they thinking, all right, we're going to get all the High School Musical fans to come to theaters, but we're also going to attract just regular moviegoers who like musicals. So we have to... kind of introduce them to these characters.
We've got to give a little bit of introduction to people who have never seen 1 and 2. I can buy that, yeah. Now that I think about it, especially with the way that they frame a lot of their characters back in their High School Musical 1. Like, just some of the way that they're a little bit more outspoken. Even like Taylor being like, I'm going to be president. And then Sharpay is being Sharpay, going to her pink locker.
Yeah.
That scene of people following her. Like, they want a person who's never seen High School Musical 1 to know what kind of people these are in High School Musical 3.
Do you feel like you can watch this movie without watching the first two?
Absolutely not. You have to watch 1. Absolutely not. Like,
You could skip 2.
I'm saying you have to watch 1. If you have to watch any movie before watching this movie, you have to watch 1.
Why?
1 is a necessity.
Why?
1 is the perfect introduction to these characters. You're getting a little snippet of the greatness that is High School Musical 1. You gotta watch 1.
I mean, I get that. I'm on your side. I'm just throwing out the other argument.
Nah, there's no way. There's no way that you could just jump in and watch 3. Did this movie make money? I'm trying to see the box office for this movie.
Did it make money? I'm sure it did.
But like,
I know it wasn't a flop.
How much money did it make in comparison to its like budget? Did it get a good amount of box office?
Off the top of my head, I don't know. I don't know if you want to check that.
I'm looking it up right now. Okay.
Okay.
It made a lot of money. A lot of money.
How much is a lot?
So the budget was $11 million. That's a pretty low budget, yeah.
That is so low.
That's a low budget.
That's
for
crazy
a film.
low.
Yeah, $11 million. They were
in
still
2008?
using. Yeah, 2008.
Yeah, that's low.
And it made $253 million.
That's a lot of people who haven't seen High School Musical.
That's gotta be. Either that or that's a lot of teenagers who went and saw it multiple times.
Wow. I wish I saw it in theaters.
I do too. That's
didn't.
one of my regrets is that I didn't see this in theaters.
But this was 2008. My life, I met a fork in the road of my life.
Yeah, you did.
And I think I made the right choice.
I think so too.
I don't know what month did High School Musical 3 come out?
Okay, it came out in October 17th.
Oh, that lines up. And then when did Iron Man come out?
Yeah, I was Googling that right now.
Probably like May or something.
Iron Man was released May 2nd.
Yeah, it's too late.
It's too late.
I
You
was
were
in a
already
different life path.
You have transitioned from whatever you were before, maybe a Raimi fan, to now full on.
Well, I'm
MC.
still a Raimi fan.
Yeah, but your personality pre 2008 was Sam Raimi, and now your personality post 2008 was MCU.
Yeah, that's it. I missed the boat on that one.
High School Musical had no chance before that. You were all in the Spider-Mans.
It's crazy to think that those came out in the same year.
Right?
Wow.
I was watching High School Musical 1 and 2. You were watching Spider-Man 1 and 2. We are not the same.
We're not the same. So since we're talking about this, one last thing I wanted to bring up about this whole, what got my mind thinking about like, how would people be watching this movie in theaters, blah, blah, blah. So while I was watching, I was thinking, all right, there's probably people watching this movie who haven't seen the first two. I just had that idea, like maybe there are people who would do that, just regular moviegoers.
Okay.
So I was thinking, this movie is obviously much higher production value. Mm-hmm. You could just tell by the songs, the sets, all that. But then there are moments where it goes back to his DCOM roots, and you get some cheesiness in there. And I was thinking, how much of this is intentional? How much of this is like they weren't self-aware enough to realize like, oh guys, we got to step it up. It's not, this isn't Disney Channel anymore. This is a real movie going out to theaters. So I'm thinking just small things like when Troy's singing by himself in Scream, the song Scream, the fake basketballs dropping. They got $11 million. They can't afford to drop real basketballs.
$11 million and $10 million went to those CG basketballs.
Are you kidding me? Come on, guys. You can't drop real basketballs.
Kenny Ortega was trying to be the George Lucas of 2008. He was like, just give me $11 million. I'll make it work.
I can make it work.
Yeah.
And then, without getting into details, but all of the boys are back. All of it. All of it.
All of it. I know exactly
All
what
of
you're
it.
talking about. All of it.
That is DCOM.
All
DCOM.
that whole movie. That whole song.
Yeah.
Is DCOM.
We'll get into that later.
But that does. I don't know if you're done with your point yet.
I'm
but
pretty much done with my point.
That brings up my thing. These songs, without getting into any of the rankings or opinions about them yet, do you feel like some of them sound a little bit too produced, like movie produced, and some of them sound too DCOM-y?
That's a really good question, but I don't know what you mean by too produced.
Like,
what do you mean by that?
But these are songs that I feel like
I get
would
the
hear.
DCOM. I get that.
These are songs that I would hear like on the radio by some team of songwriters putting it together, rather than it feeling like a DCOM song or like a musical song, really.
I didn't think about it like that. I was thinking about it just in the DCOM-y way. Matter of fact, when I was watching it and one of the songs came up, I'm going to keep it vague as to which song. I'll let you know when we start ranking it. But for some of the songs, I was thinking, come on, guys. We got a whole new audience here. You gotta do better than that.
You gotta bring it.
Yeah, you gotta do better than that. Really? This is what you want? Come on. We could do better than this. And then other songs, I would say about half of my list, obviously the upper half, I would think they're very good. They're very good. When we watched it the first time, I thought like, it was fine. It was fine. But then when I watched it again, I replayed the songs a lot. I thought like, wow, I didn't give a lot of these songs enough credit for how good they are.
Yeah.
And the movie itself. I like the movie a lot more on the rewatch.
I liked it a lot more when I was watching it with intention rather than just watching it for funsies with you guys. Obviously, I love watching it for funsies, but when I was watching it paying attention to what was going on and not focused on like making jokes or having a good time with the pals, I really enjoyed this film. But
you think they were trying to make hits for the radio? They wanted songs to like stand out?
There's about 2 songs that I can think of off the top of my head from the list. If I wanted to put some more thought into it, I might be able to pick a third, but 2 songs that I felt didn't feel like, first of all, like musical songs in general for the genre of a musical. And then second, they didn't even feel like a DCOM song. They felt like songs I would hear on the radio. The lyrics don't really pertain to what they're going through in this situation. So High School Musical 1 and 2 have all these songs that actually fit in with the story. Because the whole point of a musical song is a musical song has to usher along a plot, or it conveys the emotions of the plot going on right now. Like, I'm trying to think
I think I can guess which song you're talking about, or at least a few.
We'll get into it with the song rankings, but yeah, like some of them didn't do that. Like I'm just thinking, just for example, to comparison to other musicals, like Greatest Showman, you have A Million Dreams that works on its own, but it also works to convey the love story and relationship and the goals between, what's it called? Between, I'm going to say Hugh Jackman, but P.T. Barnum and Charity, versus there's a couple of songs in here where it just kind of feels like I could hear this out of context and I still wouldn't be able to really picture what they're doing in the movie, what's going on.
I know exactly what you mean. I'm thinking maybe there's at least 3 on this list that might fall into that category.
That's what just without getting into it. And this isn't really going to my opinions, but I feel like they felt a little too produced, too music produced.
I get that now. Yeah. When we get into the rankings, I think I might know which ones you're talking about. But there's also a good other half of them that do relate to the story.
This is 2 out of 11 songs for me that feel that way, because the other songs are pretty good. I like these songs. I was kind of going into this movie underestimating the songs because a lot of them I didn't remember. I clearly remember 1 and 2s. I listen to 1 and 2s very frequently. So going into 3, I was like, man, I can't even think of a song I like in 3. And then after watching the movie, listening to the soundtrack, I was like, okay, these songs are pretty good. I should not have underestimated them. They brought it. These songs are good.
All right, let's stop teasing the ranks. I feel like we're almost
Yes.
there, but let's finish up if there's any more thoughts on the movie, because I have a
looking at my
few
notes.
just quick comments that
Hit me.
So they're definitely twins. It's confirmed in this movie.
Oh yeah, that's
they're twins.
right. They're
Ryan and
definitely
Sharpay.
twins. My hunch was correct.
Yeah, they
I could pick
confirmed
up-
it.
They're twinsies.
Another just quick thing. Gabriella is wearing her T for Troy necklace again.
Mm-hmm.
Does she get it back in part 2, or is she just wearing it again?
I think
Here.
I think she's just wearing it again. I don't remember seeing a scene where he gave it back to her.
In part 2, right? Like she
Yeah,
never wore
yeah.
it again? Because now I'm trying to think during
she
All
wear
for
it?
One if she
Did
was
she
wearing
wear it in Everyday? No, she didn't, right? 'Cause she gave it back to him.
She probably
and-
should have worn it. Oh, no, yeah, because he should have given it to her by that time
Yeah.
if she was wearing it.
I don't think... Okay, I'm going to look it up all for one while we talk.
Yeah, look
But-
up All for One, see if she's wearing it. Because I
Yeah.
want to know when she got it back, because she has it in this movie again.
That does remind me to bring up a topic that I'm pretty... I don't know. I was conflicting about this. I'm typically... I'm the Sharpater. I've gone on record for that.
Of course.
But I think... And I'm typically a Gabriella supporter. But in this movie, I don't think I'm a Gabriella supporter. Do you think it was a little bit selfish for her not to want to return for the prom and musicale?
I'm glad you remember this.
Also, I can confirm she has the necklace in All for One.
Wow, okay. She got it back. Okay. So she didn't have it every day. I know that because
Yeah, she didn't, because I've seen that music video a lot of times.
yeah, he should have given it to her during that song.
You think,
if she
at
was
least
wearing
like by
it.
the end of it, it was like that
Yeah.
every day, and he puts it in her hand. That would have been so smooth.
And then the
Troy.
very next song is All for One, right?
Yeah. We never
right.
see him give it to her, but she's wearing it.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm glad you brought this up because I was thinking that too. And I would have forgotten it if you didn't say it. But I thought this was another very interesting conundrum that she was in, because this just falls in with all the stresses of what school you're going to go to. Should you keep this relation? How serious is this relationship? Is this something, are you guys planning on getting married? Is this something you guys want to continue to work for? Can you guys do long distance? Can you guys decide on the right school that's close, blah, 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 all that? We know what they decided on near the end, but during this time, they have to think about all that. But yeah, it is selfish, but also I get how rough it is. Because she said like she can't keep going through that emotional roller coaster pretty much. Because at this point she already moved, right? Where was she? Where did she go?
She was at Stanford early orientation.
And she had moved already, right? They sold her house. They sold the house and she moved.
I think she said, "Oh yeah, I think they did sell the house because she was
You
going
see
to try
this
to
during
convince
the walk away.
Yeah, she was trying to convince her mom to stay in East High, and she would stay there for a year, and everybody was like, "No, you can't do that. You have to go to Stanford."
They're like, "Are you stupid? No way."
So she is like living, I don't know where Stanford is off the top of my head, but yeah, she is living there now.
So yeah, I do think she could have handled it much better, but she's a teenager in high school and
She's in California.
emotions are extra high. But yeah, I do get what she's trying to say, where she's like, all right, so she goes back for prom, and then she goes back to, where's her school at? We have to find out in order to keep going this conversation.
She's in this is California. Stanford is in California, and then they're in New Mexico.
Yeah, and then she goes back for graduation, and then that's it. It's over. And then basically it's just going to be a huge back and forth of, all this joy is momentary, and then it's going to be taken away. And it's like she's teasing herself with what could be and how they could possibly work out. But because Troy was staying, at this time, he was staying in Albuquerque.
Yeah, he was going to go to U of A.
U of A. Yeah. So after that, you can imagine they would barely see each other. I don't know if they would have a means to like financially or transportation, whatever, to see each other as often as they would want. So she's already saying like, I have to say goodbye permanently, or else I'm just going to keep on breaking and healing my heart over and over again. So I get that. It sucks. I don't think she went about it the right way, but that's another thing the movie does really well. I'm like, that is true, and that sucks. That's a sucky situation, but I'm glad they brought it up in this movie.
It's interesting.
But you said you're not 100% behind your girl on this. Why not?
I'm not 100% behind it because I do understand that there's a lot of emotional turmoil, but it's your senior prom. It's your boyfriend, it's your graduation. I'm just thinking, like, even if that joy is momentary, why would you want to miss out on it? It's one of those, like,
because it hurts so much.
Just don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened kind of thing. It would hurt more missing out on it.
Depends on the person. And for Gabriella, it would hurt more to have it and then lose it.
I guess. I wasn't really behind on that. I just thought, like, it's your prom. You should go to that. I never went to a prom. And that's always one of my things that I look back on like, if I could have, I would have. So seeing people that are just like, I'm not going to go. It's like, go to your prom.
Yeah. That whole song was about ghosting Troy, pretty much. That's what the song was about.
It was about ghosting Troy and the Wildcats.
Yeah.
And even though she loves them so much, but it's just, I don't know. I just feel like even if it hurts, you got to stick it out till the end. Everybody else is still staying there, wanting to see it through. And so for her to kind of just call it quits, especially I think with all the commitments she has too. She's got her boyfriend, she's got prom, she's got this musical, she's got graduation, and you're just going to bounce on all of that. I just felt that was a little bit selfish.
Yeah, I agree. I agree that you should, because it's going to suck. After graduation, yeah, you're going to just be left with the memories, and it's going to suck to miss all that so much. But I feel like, yeah, you got to go through it as well. You got to go through it. Enjoy it while you're there and be happy that you did it. But there's just people like that. I thought it was realistic that there are people like that they think that's not enough. Like that is just too much of a tease to them. They don't want just that little bit, just those 2 days of being with their friends and celebrating a graduation and going to prom. They want that to be forever. And actually that reminds me of the conversation they had when Troy brought the strawberries to her bedroom and they were just eating in her bedroom. And she's like, I just wanted to slow down. I want everything to slow down. She wanted to take a year off just to enjoy just post-graduation and being with Troy. And everyone is telling her, even Troy is like, you can't do that.
I don't know. I don't see her reasoning for, but yeah, you're right. Like, it's different people. I just didn't understand why she would be like, I'm just going to cut everybody off. Like, I'm just going to not be with everybody during the most important, like, the ending of it all. Especially because she was such a pivotal person in all of that. In the musical, in the yearbook. She had made so many friends, and she's just like, I'm stepping out. I'm walking away.
Yeah, they made her pretty important to the play because she made everyone kind of want to participate or like encourage everyone to do it.
Oh, yeah.
But wasn't it really Troy? Right? Because she looks at Troy.
She was looking at him, and he was the one that was like, we're all in this together. Yeah, I'm in.
I'm in. I raised my hand.
She was the catalyst, but yeah, they joined because of him, but she was the one that was like, Troy, do it.
Make them. You're the popular kid.
If you sign up, they'll all sign up.
I want to say real quick, it was the same thing for me. I wanted to take a year off too. But my mom told me, don't do it, because if you take a year off, you're not going to go to college. And she's right. I would not have wanted to go back after a year. I probably just would have been wanting to play Xbox all day.
I took one semester off when I was in college. I think it was my junior year of college. I took one semester off, and I did not want to go back. I was like, I do not want to go back to
Yeah,
college.
that's
And
what happens.
my parents were having none of it. They were like, you already took a semester off. There's no way you're not finishing. You're going.
It just gets too comfortable.
It gets so now that I'm done, it's so comfortable. The other day, not even the other day, today, I went to go get ice cream with my dad, and he talked to me about like possibly going, because there's like, when you're in the tech industry, you can get certifications that could like enhance your resume. And so he was like, you wouldn't want to go and get like certified in this or in that. And I was like, yeah, but then I have to study for that exam. And he's like, and you don't want to do that? I was like, I don't want to study ever again in my life.
Ever.
I do not want to study for anything at all.
Learning is over.
But yeah, my education portion of my life is done. I don't want to study at all. I just want to go work now. Like I'm so over it.
But yeah, this wasn't the case for them. For them, well, Troy was set up. Gabriella wanted to spend more time in Albuquerque. It was funny though when she was talking to Taylor. When she was like, I just want to stay in Albuquerque. And it just sounded like, why would anyone want to be in Albuquerque? I kind of got that. I got that feeling from the conversation. Like, what?
Why would anybody want to stay in Albuquerque, New Mexico?
Doesn't Taylor say something like that?
I think she does. Or she's like,
why do you want to stay here?
Honey, nobody wants to stay in Albuquerque.
Yeah.
Something like that. But I think that's the same feeling everybody has for their hometown. Like, I don't really want to leave, but that's what I feel about San Antonio.
Unless you're in an emo punk band, then yeah. Then you hate your town.
That ain't my life. 210, I love you.
I like everywhere I've lived, actually.
Not.
Unless I lived in Albuquerque, then.
I was gonna say, unless you lived in Albuquerque, then you wouldn't love where you lived.
Yeah.
You'd be like,
sorry,
get out of
anyone
here.
in Albuquerque.
I'm going to California.
I'm sure Albuquerque's fine.
New Mexico is a beautiful state. I've had some
You've Googled
tacos.
Pictures?
No,
okay.
I have been.
Oh,
I've been
okay.
to Las Cruces. We stopped and we went to a restaurant in Las Cruces. My family and I were doing a driving vacation to Anaheim, California, to go to Disneyland. And on the way, we wanted to like do all these adventures. So we went to like the Grand Canyon. We went to Hoover Dam. We went to Las Vegas. And so we drove through.
Not Albuquerque.
We drove through Phoenix. No, that's Arizona. New Mexico. I know we went through Las Cruces. And we ate in Las Cruces. And then we stopped in Phoenix. And then we stopped in, I don't know what town the Grand Canyon is in, but we were in Colorado. And then we went into...
You probably fell asleep during Albuquerque.
You know what? I think I did. And I woke up and we were in Arizona. Because I remember seeing all of that, like red rock formations that are in Arizona. I saw all that. And then I remember Colorado. So I think I did fall asleep during New Mexico. It took so long to get out of Texas. It's a 10-hour drive to get out of Texas. So that was already keeping up all my energy. So once it's like, oh, we're out of Texas, it's like, oh, I'm going to knock out.
Wait, where was it shot again? Because there was a lot of mountains in whenever they went on the rooftop of the school for the garden. Where was it again? You said it.
High School Musical.
Oh, are you checking if they filmed in the same... Well,
I'm
it was the same school.
It's supposed to be in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to see if that's where it was this time. Yeah, it's Salt Lake.
Okay. Yeah, because there was beautiful mountains in the background.
Utah is a beautiful place, I guess. I've never been to Utah.
I don't see anything taller than a tiny hill over here in Florida, so seeing mountains is incredible.
Oh, I know. I live in the hill country. Well, not like the hill country, because that's like a different region in Texas, but Texas itself is a lot of hills. It's not mountains. It's not things like that. So when I went to like Arizona, seeing all of those like red mountains, and Colorado, seeing those giant rock formations of the Grand Canyon was spectacular. Absolutely spectacular. And then even awesome. Like in California, you can see some mountains in the distance. I remember though going to Mexico as a kid, and in Mexico, wow, those mountains. I thought that it was like Kilimanjaro. I was like, oh my gosh, I only saw those in books.
Is that where Kilimanjaro is?
No, I think Kilimanjaro is in like Nepal or something. I'm going to sound so dumb. Where's
I
Kilimanjaro? Google.
I don't know mountains. We're not here to inform people about mountains.
Kilimanjaro is in Tanzania.
Huh?
Tanzania.
I'm going to pretend to know where that is. Oh, nice. I bet it's a beautiful place. Yeah, the biggest mountain I have over here is a landfill.
It's it's a beautiful sight in movies and in person when you see mountains and any kind of formation like that.
It's enough to make you cry.
Oh, you'd be surprised. It is. It's beautiful.
All right, Caroline. Any more comments about the main movie before we move on to our rankings?
I had one more, and it was just that did you know that Vanessa Hudgens almost wasn't in this movie?
How?
This was the same. So when the movie production began, she got into that photo scandal.
Oh my gosh. It was that early?
Yeah.
And they
So
would have banned her? Disney was deciding her fate?
Well, a lot of parents were demanding that she be removed from this movie or that they not even make a High School Musical 3. A lot of parents
Cancel
were
the
like,
whole thing.
yeah, like do not even make High School Musical 3 if she's going to be in it. And if you are going to make a High School Musical 3, you need to replace her. A lot of parents, a lot of people wanted that. To where Disney, even the Walt Disney Company released a statement. That's how high up it went. Saying, because there were so many people. Walt Disney himself came back from the freezer and made an announcement. But
they thawed him out so that he can go on.
They had Mickey Mouse over the microphone going, oh.
Mickey Mouse was present. Donald was present.
Can you do a Goofy for old time's sake?
We've made a continuous.
I made a continuous lapse of judgment.
This is Walt.
I have made a severe and continuous lapse of judgment.
Wait, would this be Walt Disney or would this be Vanessa?
This would be Vanessa. This is they're making her do this. First they made her release the
Vanessa had to do a YouTube apology video.
Did the screenshot notes. I didn't do this for views. I get views. Hashtag Vanessa Gang for life.
And you're part of that gang, right?
I was from 2006 to 2007 until I grew out of it. It wasn't by any kind of scandal.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she got into
That's
that photo scandal.
Gang.
Yeah, I guess so. Ashley Tisdale is a sweetie. I love Ashley Tisdale.
Yeah.
I have nothing against her. She's amazing.
She was in theater as a kid. I found that out from
really?
Christy Carlson Romano's YouTube channel.
Oh.
Yeah, she said that she knew her as a kid, and they were both part of the same kids theater program. And,
wow.
And Ashley was really good, she would say. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense because you were actually, I don't know if this was in the first episode of the High School Musical that you said it, but yeah, you were giving her credit for being really good at the choreography. Mm-hmm. Now it makes sense because she's always done that. That's why she's a good singer and a good dancer. But
yeah, she's been trained for this.
Yeah. It's almost like, yeah, this is her life story, except she's not a attention-seeking, fabulous,
she's
self-centered
not,
girl.
Exactly. She's just a really hard worker and loves the theater.
Yeah.
Because I love Ashley Tisdale. I loved Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
But yeah, that's crazy.
So Walt Disney released a statement saying Vanessa has apologized for what was obviously a lapse in judgment. We hope she's learned a valuable lesson. And then they did not recast her, and they went forward with High School Musical 3.
That's the best choice.
I think so too.
What else can you do?
Exactly. Also, I think she was 18 at the time. So it's not as if there was it's not like she's an underage girl sending, well, not even 18. She was 19 because I'm trying to think of the years in between because she was 18 at the filming of High School Musical 1. So she's 20 something. She's 20 years old at least. And
I just feel like it shouldn't affect the movie.
Yeah.
And the kids don't know anything about it. They probably brought more attention to that by condemning Vanessa.
I think that this is where people need to learn that you can separate the character from the actor a little bit, in this instance at least.
Yeah.
Not in the instance of like higher up when it comes to crimes. But when it comes to things like this, where it's like, oh my gosh, she was sending nudes to her boyfriend and that got leaked.
Yeah, I'm sure. Again, I don't think, like, how would that affect the movie?
Exactly.
Like, kids, these young kids don't know anything about that, their personal lives. I'm sure they don't even know her real name. They just know her as Gabriella.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
They don't have social medias or...
In 2008, yeah, what was it?
Yeah.
Facebook? Well, it's still Facebook, but...
I don't even think it was Facebook.
But
Facebook didn't come out until I was like 15.
No, Facebook was
14. Was it? When did Facebook come out? Well, if I Google when did Facebook come out,
this is when you can poke people.
Social network. Oh.
Can you still poke on Facebook?
No, I don't think you can. At least I don't see the option to poke anybody.
Yeah, you see? This is when you can still poke. This is when people were playing Farmville.
I also want to point out, oh my gosh, I wrecked in Farmville. I was so rich.
Let's not go there. Were you praying about it? Farm coins?
Pray every day that my wheat would come out as a banger. So I could sell it.
Let's move on.
I was the best farmer on the block, son. Farmers only.
I'm sure you made your parents proud.
In the Wikipedia, they finally put like Sharpay and her twin brother Ryan. So
they finally put that? What do you mean? It wasn't there before?
I don't know if they put that in High School Musical 2.
Oh. Well, yeah, it got confirmed in this one.
It's acknowledged in high. It took 3 movies, but it's acknowledged in High School Musical 3.
Yeah.
Just another thing to comment on the film's wide success. The album, the soundtrack, was so successful it peaked at number 2 on the Billboard, behind like AC/DC. But yeah, this was popular.
Oh, that goes into the conversation of it was DCOMs or producey.
Yeah. All right, let's get into it, Tom. I've been excited. I've been looking forward to this.
Let's do it. And obviously, we're gonna keep talking about the movie through these songs. So let's move on. We'll keep on expanding. But now we're in our official High School Musical 3 rankings.
Yep.
This is exciting because I don't know what's your...
So High School Musical 1, we were almost on the same page.
We were almost all in this together?
Yeah. We were almost working this out. But then High School Musical 2
we went
came
our own
in
way.
And... we gotta go our own way.
And also, do you know the name of the song that we removed? We have to let people know why we removed it.
Yes.
What was the name of it?
Everybody, there's 12 songs on the soundtrack that are sang by the cast. There is a 13th, but it's in the end credits. So we didn't include that one. But also, one of the songs in the 12 on the soundtrack is just called Senior Spring Musical. And we removed it because even when you hear it in the soundtrack, it's a recap of all the songs in the movie. Except for the last 2.
It's the whole play scene minus all the talking. It's just the singing parts of the play.
It's like 7 minutes long. It's the scene in the movie where they're going through the play. And that's what it is. So we decided to remove it because it's not really a real song. It's just a recap and a compilation of some of the songs in the movie already. So we're going to remove it and just focus on the songs themselves in their entirety rather than the bits and pieces in the recap known as Senior Spring Musical.
And if we did have to include it, I would still put it 12 just for that. I would disqualify it just for that. Not because I did think it was good, but just on that technicality that is not really a song that I would listen to. I would put it number 12.
It was not number 12 for me.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. So that's already a little sneak peek into how this list is going to go.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. So I want you to start off because I think I started off the first movie with...
All right. Number 11.
What's your number 11, Tone?
Walk Away.
Yep, that's mine.
Yeah, all these Gabriella songs.
I was all in on Gotta Go My Own Way. I love that song, but we're back to Gabriella's breakup song being the worst song in the movie. It's not in and of itself a bad song. It's not like Friday by, even though that's still a fun song, I should say. I shouldn't diss Rebecca Black.
Well, Rebecca Black. Oh, that song is amazing.
Yeah, I shouldn't diss her like that. I sang it today. I was coming in the front door and I was singing it.
Today was Friday.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not even gonna sing it like I'm not gonna diss it like that. But Just Walk Away itself is not a terrible song. It's just the weakest. And this is just consistent with Gabriella's, quote, breakup songs. They're just not.
Yeah, I did notice that. I read the comment on these songs. I like to read the comments every once in a while. And yeah, she has a breakup song for every movie.
Every movie has a breakup song. And High School Musical 2, it's one of my favorites. I love Gotta Go My Own Way. But this Just Walk Away just felt like a little bit more of an upbeat version of When There Was Me and You.
I think I do like it better than When There Was Me and You.
I agree. I remember more of it. More than When There Was Me and You.
If I have to rank these bad Gabriella breakup songs, I think is very easily Gotta Go My Own Way, number one. Then this one, Walk Away, and then When There Was Me and You. Last.
Can we consistently then confirm that When There Was Me and You is the worst High School Musical song?
Yeah.
I think.
Wait, no. Wait, even that. Oh no, you're right.
Because even thinking about it,
it is the worst one.
When we were talking about it last week with Humu Humu, what would you hear more? Would you hear Humu Humu or Gotta Go My? I'm sorry,
I would.
When There Was Me and You. Humu Humu is funner to sing. And even Just Walk Away, if you had to compare it to When There Was Me and You, which one would you pick?
Which ones again? Say it again.
Just Walk Away or When There Was Me and You?
Oh, between just those two? Yeah, Walk Away.
So yeah, When There Was Me and You, it's got to be the worst song.
Sorry, guys. Anyone
High
who
School
has that as number one.
No hate, just facts.
All right. Let's hear number 10. Since we matched up on number 11.
All right. My number 10 is The Boys Are Back.
Oh.
I know.
So this is the DCOM song for sure.
There's
a lot going on in this.
This is the most DCOM-y song.
Oh boy, this song.
Is it?
Oh boy.
What's your number 10? What's your number 10? Is it
My
this
number
one?
10 is Right Here, Right Now.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. This is the one in the treehouse.
Yep. So this is going to be a little bit of a fun conversation because I feel like The Boys Are Back is the most DCOM-y song, and Right Here, Right Now is exactly what I was referring to with the most producey song.
The most producey song, I thought... I'm not gonna say it yet. I'll mention it when we get to it. But yeah, that's one of them. That's one of them.
I feel like
it's not relevant to what's going on, right?
Exactly. It's just a love song, and it's not pertaining to the movie, the characters, what they're struggling with, anything. It's just they go to a treehouse post party, and they're both just like, "Hey, you know what? I'm really loving where we're at right now," and that's it. There's nothing pertaining to the plot. It's just a Troy and Gabriella love song, and I feel like it was just produced to be produced.
I felt like this movie had, I'm going to mention it because it happened at the end of the song, but it did have some pretty funny moments, and not like we're laughing at you. It's like actually, oh, that was pretty funny, and not like a DCOM funny, but like a theater funny, in the movie theater funny, where he tells her, no, really, we got to get down, or else my mom will come up here.
Yeah.
And
she's like, oh, and they both like scramble.
There's a lot of like quick comments like that I liked. And also I mentioned the other one at the end where his dad is like, you two get back on stage. I thought I'd hear him say that.
Exactly. There's a lot of one-liners in this movie that got a good chuckle out of me just for being funny.
Yeah.
I can't remember them off the top of my head, but yeah.
All right. So I'll be honest. I'll tell you why this is number 10.
Okay.
A lot of these songs feel pretty melodramatic, and this was one of them. A lot of the Gabriella and Troy ones feel like that, and I really had to listen to them over and over to really hear the difference, because they blended together to me, and I just wanted to throw them all in the bottom in whatever order, but I thought, no, let me give it a fair shot. I would hear it again and again, compare them. I'm like, all right, I think I like this one more because of this reason, that one for this reason. But through first listen, a lot of them sound the same. And this is the ones that I would be thinking, come on, guys, we want to show them the best of High School Musical.
That was my thing.
You got more than this?
Yeah. So High School Musical 1 just to compare, the Troy and Gabriella songs are so good. The Start of Something New, What I've Been Looking For, Breaking Free. Those are top tier High School Musical songs. But I wonder if this kind of plays into, there's a common argument, I guess, in like storytelling where is it more endearing and more content, like better for content, to go for the couple that hasn't gotten together yet. And then once they are together, you just kind of don't know what to do with them. Because I feel like Troy and Gabriella suffer from that.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens. Yeah, after the whole thrill and excitement is watching them or waiting for them to get together.
Yeah, because like in High School Musical 1 and 2... In High School Musical 1 and 2, because 2, they're not like official. They don't kiss yet. Because that's what they're building up to throughout the movies, that they're going to kiss. And he's trying to like...
official, but they're so official.
He's trying to date her and things like that. They're not
so
like...
official.
It's official when he gives her the necklace. And they're trying to make it work.
That was at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, I'm saying like they're trying to make it work. But in this movie, clearly together. Clearly a boyfriend and a girlfriend. You know, there's nobody trying to break them up. They're a couple. And it just feels like they've lost a little bit of the wind in their sails, just even from the storytelling perspective, not counting the acting, the writing, or things like that. But from the musical standpoint, I don't know. It just feels like it's a little, it's weaker. They are weaker on the Troy and Gabriella end in the musical part.
All right. You're not going to like my explanation for this as a Sharpay lover, but part 2, they were definitely already a thing. They're past the will they won't they phase. They're dating for sure. And Sharpay makes it interesting because she throws a wrench in the system. She's trying to steal Troy away. She becomes a problem they have to overcome. And 3, there's nothing. Well, there's the other. It's the colleges deciding their future and things like that.
But it's nothing to do with. You're right, because it's nothing to do with their relationship as a relationship. It's more about where do we go from here forward.
Yeah.
The Boys Are Back is my number 10 because I felt like the song didn't make sense. It's weird to enjoy the song when you know that Troy is kind of struggling with where he wants to go and what he wants to do. And then Chad is over here like, we're going to bring East High to the Red Hawks. The boys are back. And then they're going through this weird song and then they become little kids.
Oh, that was the worst.
That
was the worst part of the movie.
That was the worst part. It was so...
When they crawled out of the car, it was like, no, guys, reverse. Don't show them this, DCOM.
Reverse.
The regular moviegoers are not ready for this.
Yeah,
Cut this out.
The song, I think the only thing that's catchy about it is just that, the boys are back. The boys are back.
It's also one of the few songs that has an actual choreographed dance.
Yeah.
There wasn't that much.
And Chad.
Yeah.
He wasn't really in a lot of these songs compared to the I Don't Dance and Stick to the Status Quo and things like that.
Well, hold on. Let me be more specific because all of these are choreographed. Every time there's people in the background moving and sync, that's all choreography. But I just mean
like
this one had a dance.
Show dance. Yeah, it
had a dance. Yeah.
Good distinction. Yeah. But I just feel like it was an unnecessary song. And then it doesn't even make sense because Troy is over here like, well, are the boys back? I mean, I might go to a different college. I'm not sure yet. Do I have to go to U of A? And then Chad's just like, the boys are back. And it's like, okay, Chad, chill. I don't know. I didn't enjoy it.
I agree with you on this. The theme is not very aligned with the rest of the movie. But I think doesn't it also have to focus on them feeling like kids again? And them talking about like, oh, we were more free and creative as kids. Weren't they kind of talking about that? And that's why they show little kids, them as kids. And that's why they're like, all this goofy stuff is going on. There's samurai sword fighting or like katana fighting a car that came to life. Like their imagination, their childlike imagination is coming through in this song.
I didn't see that. I think you're...
I think that's what they were going for.
You put so much thought into it. I'm so proud of you, but I didn't see that.
I had to find a reason for why they had swords, Caroline, and why this car came to life.
I
And
love
why
that.
little
I love
kids
that
were
you
crawling out of
justify it. Let's keep going, buddy, because I didn't see that.
No, but I think they were talking about something along those lines, and I still don't think is a strong enough topic to sing about, but that was how they loosely tied it for them to say the boys are back.
The boys are back.
Yeah, their boyish imagination and energy and excitement is back.
Even though, like, did the boys ever leave? That's my question. Where did they go? Where are the boys?
They were underneath the car the whole time, and then they said, "All right, when you see Corbin Blue and Zac Efron crawl, you guys come out. Ready? Action!" That's where they were.
The boys are back.
Let's also talk about how the
back.
movie, this song takes place during the whole day.
Yeah, and then it's
It
night.
starts during the morning. They go to fix his car that they don't work on, and then it's dead midnight when they're done.
Did they ever find that part?
No.
I can't remember. Yeah, like
No.
why they went to the junkyard. Also, Troy, you worked a summer job. Just buy a car part. Like, I understand not buying a whole car, but just go buy the part. The part cannot cost that much that you have to go to a junkyard to salvage it.
Also, what Troy's wearing is ridiculous. I feel like
What was he wearing? I just remember him wearing that baseball shirt.
no, he was wearing the bandana across his head,
Oh my god.
over his hair, over
Nice.
his Disney
Um
trademark hair. And I feel like whoever dressed him,
he looks like warriors come out and play.
yeah, whoever dressed him, they were thinking, this is how a man dresses, right? Let's dress him like a man.
The
Let's
boys
give
are
him a
back.
bandana. Yeah. I find it hilarious the way he's dressed. And then he has his Chuck Taylors on, which he always has on. And then it's just he looks out of place. I don't know how to explain it, but it looks so funny.
It's so I'm looking at his outfit. It's amazing because I don't think he wears outfits like that anywhere else. He's got like a white shirt underneath, plaid, that it is like warrior's hair
Yeah.
sticking out from the bandana. Also, half of his hair is out of the bandana, the other half is under the bandana. It's a weird look. I also found a photo of them posing with their mini selves.
Oh, really? Behind the scenes?
Yeah, behind the scenes.
Oh, that's funny.
It the way that they just got a white boy and a black boy, like, yeah, you're gonna play young Troy, you're gonna play young Chad.
And they're like, sure, we'll take
Sure.
$25. Oh man, it's just funny to think like, all right, we're going to the junkyard. Let me dress more
In the
manly.
morning.
Let me dress manly. And,
Hey, the sun is setting. You don't think we should be leaving soon? The boys are back.
They were there the whole
boys are
day.
back.
I wonder if that was intentional or the shoot really took that long because they had to do.
They were trying
reshoots.
to reshoot the boys coming out from under the truck.
Yeah. Oh man, but it's very decom.
Oh, yeah, this is
It's
the
very
most
deep.
decom song.
Yeah.
All right, Tony. Number 9.
Number 9. Me?
Mm-hmm.
All right. My number 9 is Scream.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. I think that's fair.
So, yeah, let me hear your number 9.
My number 9 is Right Here, Right Now.
Oh, interesting. All
yeah,
right.
not that far off. Not
I
that
thought
far
it'd be
off.
higher for you.
This one is the most producey song. It doesn't feel genuine. It doesn't feel like I talked about this with Gotta Go My Own Way. I loved it so much because I can feel the emotion. I could feel how like heartbreaking and everything. I did not feel any emotion in Right Here, Right Now. I felt like this is a song I could hear on the radio, not part of a High School Musical movie.
I get you.
I wasn't digging it. And I'm usually like a huge Troy and Gabriella supporter with their songs, but I was not feeling it this time around with Right Here, Right Now.
Yeah, I can't even remember the lyrics. It
I
kinda
just know the key part, the like right here,
yeah.
right now,
And
and that's
then
it.
they open the skylight to the
the
treehouse,
skylight.
and
Yeah.
then the galaxy is spinning around them, so the Earth is going probably like 1 billion miles per hour for it to be spinning that fast.
Superman is spinning the Earth around
Yeah.
so it can just show all the stars. They have a time lapse.
Trying to save Vanessa from that scandal. And she would have to
Vanessa,
apologize.
delete the photos.
Vanessa, no.
Vanessa.
All right, I chose Scream because it wasn't one that really excited me. That's why I put it at number 9. But it's more fun to watch. I mean, watch and listen to than Right Here, Right Now and Walk Away. I gave it credit because it did Inception before Inception. So, the whole Troy in a spinning locker room hallway thing. I wonder if Christopher Nolan saw that and got super excited. That he was inspired.
I want to recreate this.
I'm going to need this.
Joseph.
Technology. Tell me where it's at.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Kenny? Where'd you get this?
I need to talk to you, Kenny. Cut to Kenny Ortega like, what's up?
But yeah, I want to ask you. Scream versus Bet on It.
Bet on it.
Bet on it.
Bet on it.
Yeah,
come on.
But
bet
this
on
was
it.
his bet. This was his bet on it.
This was
movie.
absolutely. Yeah. I think after the hit that was Bet on It, they knew they had to give him a solo.
Yeah.
And this was his solo. But Bet on It, so much better.
So yeah, not much else to say past that. It was all right.
Yeah. I think I like Scream for what happens after more than I like the actual song. The whole one-on-one with Darbus.
Yeah.
More than I like the actual song. The song itself is okay, but I don't know. I feel like the lyrics didn't properly convey. In Get Your Head in the Game, it perfectly conveyed his struggles. My head's in the game, but my heart's in the song. She makes us feel so right.
I was reading the comments for this song.
Oh, yeah?
And people were saying, oh, this song is great because you get to feel the raw emotions and his anger.
I didn't feel that.
I didn't feel that.
Yeah, I did not feel that.
He was not. Is a song called Scream.
He never
feel
screamed.
Angry or
he never lashed out in the movie either. It was more like an internal struggle. If he was actually I don't know, I feel like if he actually got mad at anybody in this movie, because he doesn't, but if he I think the only person, he got mad at his dad. That was the one where he was mad at him for
when he was practicing.
That was their argument. He got mad at him, but I don't know, that wasn't enough of a build up for this song. It was just kind of odd. Yeah, Scream.
It was alright. That was my number 9.
Number 8?
Number 8.
My number 8 is Scream.
Oh, wow. We're kind of in the same.
We're in the same region. We're there. Almost.
Look at that. I wonder if my number 8 is gonna screw this all up.
Okay. What's your number 8?
Can I Have This Dance?
Can I?
I think we're probably still on the right track from how you're responding to that.
Can I just spoil my number 7?
Can I Have This Dance is the one I thought about when you said songs that are too
Me too.
overproduced.
Yeah. When I had 2 in mind, it was Right Here, Right Now, and Can I Have This Dance?
Yeah, and I'm going to bring up the comments again. I was watching this on YouTube, so I'm reading comments. People were saying like, oh, it's so beautiful. I'd love to play this at a wedding. I'm like, oh, that's probably what they were going for. A song that could just be, taken out of High School Musical and could just be used for other things. It has no relation to high school or Troy Gabriella, none of that. It could just
the
be
HSM universe.
Anything. Yeah.
I disagree. I think when you do that, I don't like that they did that, because I think they did that for Right Here, Right Now, and Can I Have This Dance? Because I think it takes away some of the magic of the songs, but I think that is what the goal. I think that's what they were trying to do.
Yeah, I didn't see it that way until you brought it up, but now it makes sense.
Because when I think about it, a lot of movie songs have that ability. People, I mean, when Greatest Showman came out, I know people who used A Million Dreams in A Million Dreams in their wedding.
Oh, that's a good idea. I would use From Now On just because it's epic.
No, but you're acknowledging to making a mistake in From Now On. At least A Million Dreams seems more romantic.
Yeah, but I want to feel.
You want to? You know what? I would put From Now On in the playlist to dance at the wedding.
An anthem in my heart.
And we will come back home. And we will come back home.
Dorn Rice and
home again with all those claps that boom, boom.
Yeah.
We will come back. Oh, now we got to do Greatest Showman. No, we've done a lot of musicals.
We've done a lot of musicals.
We'll save the Greatest Showman because that's one of the
really
greatest.
Special.
A very
really
special
so
place.
we'll see.
But yeah, so Can I Have This Dance? They were trying to go for that. They were trying to go for that same feel of, can we make this song a HSM song and something bigger outside of it? Maybe? Question mark.
Yeah, and it sounds nice, but
It's pretty.
it's not all that exciting for me.
I agree.
It's not all that exciting. So that was number 8.
And we've already covered Scream. That was my number 8. And we're already transitioning to number 7. And yeah, Can I Have This Dance? That's mine.
Oh, number 7 is Can I Have This Dance?
My number 7 is Can I Have This Dance?
Oh, okay. Mine is The Boys Are Back.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm keeping track of yours now along with mine. That way where I can see what's left. Okay.
Yeah.
The bottom half is all in the same region.
So I'll take DCOM energy over all the other songs. That's why I made it to my number 7.
Okay.
I'll take it. It's the cheesiest one. It's the most awkward one. But it's funny and entertaining. And I'll take it. That's why it's my number 7. And you already let us know about
I've said my feelings on both songs, but yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah, that does depend on the person. What do you value more? What do you cherish more? And you're a DCOM guy. That's something you like, all the DCOMiness of the DCOMs.
I mean, aren't we both?
So true.
We represent DCOMs here.
Very true. Very true. We see DCOMs.
It took us a while to get to DCOMs in the elbow nudge, but
I love that it took us a while.
This is where our heart lies.
And then once we did, we kept going for 3 weeks straight.
Yeah.
This is all of our built-up love for DCOMs. We had said we were going to do...
People like High School Musical.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I have yet to meet a person who, when High School Musical is brought up, say, oh, I don't like High School Musical.
Yeah, you'll be hanging out with the wrong people. That's a test.
Exactly.
To see if you're with the right crowd. All right, let's do number 6.
Number 6. Is it you? I think it's you.
Yeah, it's me. All right. I would say from here on out, I love these songs.
Yep, I agree.
Okay.
That's my threshold.
A Night to Remember is my number 6.
Tony, that's my number 6.
Wow.
The boys are back. The boys are back.
Wow. Something's happening here.
We're recalibrating.
I think I know where it's gonna go wrong, though. I think I know.
I don't want to say anything because the same thing happened in High School Musical 1, and you were already like, oh, okay, you confirmed it.
Yeah. Wow. So we have the same one. Cool. It's
a good song. It's really catchy. That it's gonna be a night to remember.
Yeah.
That gotta get ready. Got get ready.
This is another one of those songs. Let me look at my list so far. No, okay. So this is the first one where the rest of the Wildcats and the high school shows up again. And this is one of the many songs where Sharpay gets a big entrance. Like she gets a main focus.
Yes.
And I love it, obviously.
I'm going to go from a Sharpay hater in the musical sense, because when Sharpay sang at all, she brought it. And this is one of the songs that she brought it.
It was cool. The Ryan and Sharpay segment.
What threw me off a little bit.
Ready in the mirror.
What threw me off a little bit was a guy knocking on Ryan's door being like, dude, you've been in there an hour, and it didn't sound like his dad. I was like, Ryan, who's in your house? What's going on, Ryan?
I'll be out in a minute, Chad. It's a night to remember. Come on, there's so many moments in this movie where you know he was really talking to Chad. Come on. You know the ones. You know the ones.
We'll get there.
There's a whole song dedicated to it. All right. Anyway. No, but
get ready.
This is one of the songs that I feel like I didn't give enough credit to when I first saw the movie. And then watching it again, I realized, man, this is very relevant to the movie. They're talking about, getting ready, going to prom.
This song encompasses all of that excitement and that feeling of
trying on the dresses and trying on the suits.
Wanting to
Troy's
look
Dumb
perfect.
and Dumber suit.
Yeah.
His Lloyd Christmas.
I got my new suit on.
Yeah.
I love the part where they narrate, like, her mom comes out and, like, the dad comes out and then the most beautiful girl.
Yeah, it's great. It's really good.
When Kelsey made her grand entrance, oh my God, she looked gorgeous.
I think they all looked great.
I don't know. I wasn't really feeling Taylor's outfit. I was feeling a little Kamala Harris energy coming from Taylor. She's got a
I thought you were going to say her hair.
No, I loved her hair. I love that
okay.
bob kind of short cut that she had going on.
Yeah.
I much prefer it from whatever her last hairstyles were. I like the short hair. But her prom dress, I don't know.
Too simple or what? Wasn't it just like a silver dress?
I thought it was more of it had a collar on it. Let me see if I can find the picture. I thought I saw a collar on it. I thought I saw a collar. Yeah, it did. It had a weird... Man, I'm trying to find the photo.
You're trying to Photoshop a collar on that.
I am not. How dare you? Chad's... I'm looking for a photo. Chad's suit with the Danforth number 8 on the back.
Oh yeah.
He had like a jersey with.
That was later though, right? That was later.
It was in the song. Like
it was in this song?
It was in the music number, yeah. His suit with the jersey number on the back.
Oh, I remember it in whatever the prom song was.
I'm going to send you a screenshot. I found
Okay.
It's like a side shot. It's not a front shot of
Well, I know
collar.
which one you're talking about, though.
But it's like the purple. It's got black and white plaid on the skirt with a purple petticoat popping out from underneath. Honey, whatever mirror told you that looks good, return it.
What? That doesn't look good?
I do not think so. No way.
Wait, but this is not A Night to Remember.
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought this was after Troy went to dance with Gabriella.
Yeah, but they didn't actually go to the prom. They just had the scene.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know that. They used it like a dance number or whatever, but they didn't dance to A Night to Remember. That wasn't during this scene. That was later. This is after Gabriella walked away, and then Troy goes to visit her.
No, because in A Night to Remember, that's when they reveal all of the prom costumes.
Yeah, but you sent me a screenshot here. This is from a different song.
I'm looking up the video.
Remember when he was in a tree? He was like sitting in a tree. He goes and visits her at her school. That's not during A Night to Remember.
But they also show the dresses and the suits in A Night to Remember, don't they?
Not these. Oh, well, I guess they should. Yeah, because they would be wearing the same thing. But I don't remember her wearing this in A Night to Remember. I guess she was. She had to have been, but...
I found it.
Yeah, because that's the dress she's choosing. So it has to be that one.
And Chad is in his suit with Danforth on it. I am watching it. Yup. Donnie. I know what I'm looking at.
All right. I was just confused because you sent me something from a different scene, but I got you.
Also, Sharpay's got Zeke wearing like a Prince outfit. Like, not like Prince, like the singer formerly known as Prince, but he's got like a sash that matches her dress. He's dressing fly. He matches her.
I like the subtle and every so often Zeke and Sharpay pairing.
I wish they got a little more screen time because, you know, we had that same issue where the whole endearment of it was watching Troy and Gabriella get together. I would have loved to watch this love story bloom in the background. Bring it to the forefront.
I feel like Zeke didn't get enough screen time, or Martha, or a lot of the side characters.
Yeah.
Like, how did you even feel about like Kelsey. Did we see Kelsey enough?
She could have gotten more, but she got a lot in like High School Musical 2.
Yeah.
I just feel like in High School Musical 3, she wasn't really. Also, this is gonna come into play later, but like she gets the Juilliard scholarship.
Yeah.
I kind of wish
That's
that
a
we
big
would
deal.
have. I kind of wish we would have focused on more of what she was doing, because it even came as a surprise a little bit to me when I saw it the first time. When I saw High School Musical 3 the first time, I was like, oh, that's right. It should totally go to Kelsey. Like, it feels like even the movie forgot all of the things that Kelsey does and things like that.
They saw the last bullet point. They're like, oh, yeah, we got to give the Juilliard scholarship to Kelsey.
Yeah, yeah. It's like even the movie forgot to include Kelsey in some of these plot points. Or, I don't know, I feel like there could have been a little bit more to do. We could have focused less on Gabriella walking away and Troy screaming, and focused more on Zeke
and Sharpay.
on Kelsey. Sharpay had a lot in High School
Martha,
Musical
what
too.
about Martha? We barely get to know her throughout the whole trilogy.
Franchise. She makes a stand and stick to the status quo.
Yeah.
And then she doesn't really make a impression in High School Musical 2. She's there. In High School Musical 3.
She's just there through all of them.
Yeah, in High School Musical 3, it's like she's trying to assert, like, oh, she's the dancer now. She's all into dancing, but she's also a brainiac. And I don't know, we just didn't see enough of her. Even, like, that character, Zeke, where they're like, Zeke, you did it. You graduated.
It wasn't
like,
Zeke. Zeke is
Oh, you're right. What's the name of the other guy?
I don't know. I know who you're talking about, but I don't remember his name.
I was already chalking him up to Zeke, and then I forgot Zeke was Creme Brulee Boy.
Yeah.
But yeah, A Night to Remember itself is a great song. It's really catchy. You see all the Wildcats getting ready for prom. It's really cute.
It has good dancing.
Yep.
In it.
And it really was a night to remember.
You reminded me, and I wanted to ask you, what do you think about the, I don't know what to call her, Sharpay assistant?
Oh, wasn't her name like something Gold?
I don't know.
Tiara, Miss Gold?
Oh, yeah, Tiara Gold? I don't know.
With her London accent?
What do you think about her?
I think that she is exactly who Sharpay needed to meet, because Sharpay can finally see what she looks like from the outside.
She's looking at a mirror.
Exactly. It's
so you like the character?
I thought she was a good addition. It was really unique and interesting to have Sharpay. It's like, I feel like the meme where it's like, you know, the two astronauts looking at the Earth, where it's like, you mean I've like, just put Sharpay in the first astronaut, where it's like, wait, you mean I've always been this annoying? Like you mean I'm this annoying? And then cut to Tiara Gold with the gun, like, always have been. She was able to look at herself in a way, and this was a really interesting and unique way to tell that in the movie, is to have a little Sharpay.
I feel like they could have done a little bit more with that, because I see her and Rocket Man as like the next. I don't know what they were trying to do. I didn't read any background information on this, but
they were trying to pseudo pass the baton.
Yeah, exactly. I remember seeing a interview. It was like the final behind the scenes moments in High School Musical 3, and how people were saying how emotional, and you saw them crying. That was really sad too. They were like crying at different moments. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Zach says something along the lines of, "Oh yeah, this is the last year for the senior Wildcats." He says something like that, as to imply like, oh, or like the senior Wildcats for this high school musical, something like that. And his wording was very like, oh, so it sounds like they're planning more, but I think just at not the time, with them.
I remember at the time they were planning more. I used to read Tiger Beat magazine if you were a teenage girl. For between the years of 2008 to 2013, Tiger Beat was the thing.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect you to. I remember reading an article like in Tiger Beat magazine that they were planning on making a High School Musical 4, but they weren't going to call it High School Musical 4. They were going to do a whole, like, make that way, like, they wanted to continue High School Musical, but keep it at East High. And yeah. And like, it would just focus on High School
Musical, fresh meat.
High School Musical, a new beginning. I don't know. The start of something new. But now we got like High School Musical.
Begins.
Rocket Man's era. But now we got
and
High School
I see
Musical, the
those
musical, the
characters as that
series.
now. Like,
Yeah.
and I don't really like them for that. I feel like
Rocket
good thing they
Man.
didn't continue with that.
Yeah, Rocket Man I wasn't buying. I was not digging Rocket Man. I liked Miss Gold. I thought she was pretty cute. I thought it was really neat to see Sharpay's greatest enemy beat herself. But yeah, I wasn't digging Rocket Man.
I think they were both like they would have gone. You could already see those characters are more modern Disney, and not DCOM Disney, not Golden Age DCOM Disney.
Oh, that's a unique way of putting it. Yeah, you're right.
You could tell, like these are the, I don't want to insult these new Disney stars, but they match more with them, not like our.
They got
like
that Zendaya Bella Thorne vibe.
Zendaya
and
vibes,
not
exactly.
They got that Zendaya Bella Thorne vibes and not Ashley Tisdale.
Exactly right.
I you know what? You're so right. I completely agree with that. All right, number 5.
One last thing, because I remember one last thing. I should have mentioned this in the main movie part, but
okay.
Remember how I said I didn't like how Sharpay was annoying in part 2, and she was doing all her
being real
plans,
giddy,
all annoying and childlike and stuff. Here, she did it beautifully.
Yes,
like beautifully manipulative.
This High School
Sharpay.
Musical 1 Sharpay is back.
You know what scene I'm talking about?
I'm thinking of when she does the whole put Gabriella's news on the front paper kind of thing.
That's exactly the scene. And when she's confronting Troy about it.
Exactly. It's perfect. This is how she did it in High School Musical 1. It wasn't anything like in your face about it. It was just like, oh yeah, this is just, it so happens this is that. I'm sure she told you. And boom.
She's like, oh wait, you didn't know? Oh,
yeah.
Maybe could it be that you are the reason why she wouldn't do this? Huh. Well, toodles.
Yeah, it was perfect. This is OG Sharpay is back, and I missed her. I missed OG Sharpay.
Yes. But yes, let's move on. We've stuck to this number long enough. Number 5. Number 5. This is the one where I think we're... Oh, wait, what?
Is it me or is it you?
I don't know. I was just going to say I'm definitely throwing a wrench with this one, but yeah.
All right, go ahead. I want to hear the wrench. Hit it.
We're all in this together, graduation, man.
Pony.
Yep.
Well, everybody, this has been a great Elbow Nudge podcast. Unfortunately, this is our last episode ever. And
you guys are
great. Y'all have been such great listeners. It's been amazing. But I cannot continue with somebody who puts "We're all in this together" graduation mix at number 5.
It was a tough choice. It was a very tough choice. But, first of all, I didn't think this would be a full song. I thought it was just a behind the scenes, you hear it in the background. It's very nice and it's a callback to the High School Musical fans. And I thought, oh, that sounds beautiful. Then when I see the soundtrack, I see it's a full song. No way.
Yep.
And I thought, that's obviously number 1. I'm not even going to think about it. Number 1. Boom. I'm like, wait. I can't just do that. That'll be cheating. Let me hear everything out. And then, Caroline, I was like a scientist in a lab with beakers, I was like taking measurements. I was analyzing. And
Play that back. Enhance.
And I thought, you know what? We're all in this together. It's still my number 1 song. But right now, I'm judging the graduation mix. And this song is beautiful. It is so lovely. But there's others that I thought really shined through in this movie. Shine through more. And I gave it its credit that it deserved. And if I didn't put my bias aside, this would be my number 1. Because obviously, we're all in this together. Best song of all time. But I got to give credit where credit's due to these other songs. And I already said everything from 6 and up is... I love these songs. I love them. But yeah, that's my number 5.
My number 5 is "I Want It All." The Sharpay song.
Well, I was really hoping it'd make it to top 3 for you. I was really hoping. But at least it got up to 5.
You're right. This is the wrench.
And I'm okay with that.
We were so beat for beat.
Yeah.
It was looking perfect. And it's like, you know, it's almost beautiful in a way, because it's like we got half the list from High School Musical 1 where we were in sync, and half the list from High School Musical 2.
Yeah.
This is going to jumble around a little bit.
But yeah, why is I Want It All number 5 for you?
You know, it's not even a bad song. I like it a lot. I think it's really good. Ryan shines in this one. I love the little Sharpay imaginations that she's got going on. Gabriella as the maid. Even though is that racist? I don't know. I feel like it's a little racist, but
I did not see it that way. I didn't even think about it.
I was just thinking, like, is it? I wasn't thinking about it too hard, like, oh, Sharpay's a racist, but I just thought, okay, sure. But
it was so interesting to see Gabriella like that, because she's always been the
yeah.
cutesy, look at me, I'm innocent.
The cutesy giggle kind of girl.
You never see her like that, like,
and she's like,
Oprah calling.
Exactly. It was so funny to see her like that.
Yeah.
Kelsey is the taxi driver. She's got all that makeup on. I think she's so cute, yelling from there like, hey.
Chad. What about Chad?
Chad's the cop, right?
Yeah.
I love it. I love that whole scene. And really, I really can't think of anything wrong with it. I just like the songs above it a little bit more. That was my only reasoning for putting it at number 5.
Zac Efron. I mean, Troy Bolton.
Oh yeah. It's Sharpay. Zac Efron. It reminds me of that episode in Sweet Life of Zack and Cody where Zac Efron and Maddie get together.
Yeah.
Where they have like an enemies to lovers kind of thing, because it's London that likes him, but then he ends up liking Maddie. I was feeling a little bit. I remember when I saw this movie for the first time, I thought of that episode. I was like, oh, wow.
You reminded me. I saw like a YouTube shorts on that. Where somebody asked Ashley Tisdale, what was your worst on-screen kiss? And she said it was with Zac Efron when they kissed in that episode.
What?
They kissed in that episode, and she said it was for this reason, because they were like, she said there's like
Zac Efron.
What happened?
Way to roast Zac Efron.
No, she gave a good reason, and it's really funny actually.
Okay.
First of all, she said it's because they're like brother and sister. Right off, like that's the first reason. They're like brother and sisters. They didn't want to do that. And then second, she said he was working on a different project. I forgot what it was. I think it was like for Warner Brothers or something, a different project. And she said when he went for the kiss, he used tongue. And she's like, we don't do that here. This is Disney Channel. So that was funny.
I want to use that excuse anytime a mature topic is brought up on this podcast. We don't do that here. This is Disney Channel.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Aw. Yo, Zach, why you pulling tongue out on my girl? Shouldn't you be dating Vanessa by now? Chill.
He's a Sharpay lover as well.
That was evident in this song, I Want It All. He was like, Sharpay.
I like I Want It All, obviously, as a Sharpay lover.
I like it. I found myself singing it a lot in the shower. It made it to my shower tunes. I want it all.
It's Sharpay at her best. I think is her best song.
I like this one a little bit better than Fabulous.
Even though I've come to appreciate Fabulous some more. Because it really is Sharpay.
I need.
But this one is enjoyable to listen to.
Ryan is in it. And Ryan,
he
brings it. He really brings it. I love all the Broadway references.
I think this whole song, the way it was with all the props and scenes and everything, it was the best in the movie.
I'm getting a feel for how this list is going to go down now.
Exactly right.
Yep.
And one of my favorite, this is weird. I feel for every song I have like just like one line that sticks with me, just like a random line. For this one is when Ryan goes, I'm with her, don't stop me, I'm not the paparazzi. And then that's when Cherry comes out.
Oh, Ryan.
Yeah. But it was really good. Really good.
I remember when this movie came out, I didn't go see it, but my friend Emily went to see it. She was quoting this on the daily. Anytime we hung out, she was singing this song.
What were
and
the
I was
quotes?
like, she was going like, I want it all. oh, I can't remember what the lyrics were after that, but she would sing like the chorus, and I'd be like, where's that from? She's like, High School Musical 3, and I was like, oh, I haven't seen it.
It's really good. It is really good.
It's a good one.
But let's see what we got for
Number 4.
Number 4.
My number 4 is High School Musical.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is all mixed up now. My number 4 is Now or Never.
I had a feeling. You were going to say Now or Never.
Yeah. This is a song that rose up really high up. I did not give it enough credit when I heard it the first time. This is the one that
Absolutely.
I really changed my opinion on when I kept on re-listening to it.
It was the song that so the way that like I watched and ranked these songs originally was I did the same method for like High School Musical 1 and 2. Whatever song I heard, I would put it on the list, and then the song that followed it, I would say, do I like it more? Do I like it less? And for a good chunk of the movie, they were all going below Now or Never. And I was like, oh man, I really like this song.
It's fun.
It's good.
It's exciting.
This is the last chance to make it right. This is the sequel to Get Your Head in the Game. If you were to play Get Your Head in the Game...
Get Your Head in the Game versus Now or Never.
You can't do that to me, man. My head's in the game, but my heart's in the song.
This is it.
Get Your Head in the Game. Come on. But I do... Oh, I love Now or Never. That... Right
Gabriella's
now I
Troy.
can hardly breathe. I love that song. Just know that I believe.
I feel like that was a very good DCOM representation because that scene is a little awkward, right? With Gabriella just
standing up.
She's like, because I believe. Yeah, you just said the line.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's very DCOM, but this is the best of DCOM. This is what we want to show the movie.
This is the best of both worlds.
Yes.
For DCOMs and music. This is the best.
This is how we want to represent DCOM.
This is also, to me, the best way to start the movie. You know, the beginning songs don't miss. In What Time Is It? And then even for this one, Now or Never, they just grab you in.
I actually ranked what was the name of the first song in the first movie? I ranked that pretty low.
You did. The Start of Something New? We're going to disregard that. New. I didn't. I put it high.
It was kind of a miss.
It's a slow intro.
No, I actually like the song a lot. I like the song a lot.
I never knew that.
But that list was harder to do, remember? The only song I didn't like
High School Musical 1 is rough. Because, all the songs are good except when there was Me and You.
Yeah.
So, High School Musical for me, the song itself is good. I'm not like, I don't have anything bad to say about it. It's just, I don't know. I feel like as an ending song, I love that it's named High School Musical. I thought that was so smart. But I don't know. It's got a good dance sequence. It just doesn't, when it comes, All in This Together.
Say it.
All in This Together or High School Musical. Come on.
That's not even fair. All in This Together.
Exactly.
For anything.
You got
All of This Together.
You got We're All in This Together as like the end song. And it makes sense because we're all
for One?
In this together. That's not, no.
All for One in High School Musical.
No. That's one of the weak songs. Oh.
I'm asking
I thought you were talking about High School Musical, the movie, not the song. You're like, what about all for One in High School Musical? I thought you were gonna say 2, and I was like, no, I don't like that song that much, but not comparing to. No, I would pick High School Musical, the song, over All for One.
Okay, good.
Yeah, because
that's a finale song as well.
Exactly, but All for One, I think I spoke about last week. It's a weak finale song, and High School Musical, the song, I feel like it could have been stronger. They could have put like the dancing is good, but I don't know. I feel like this one also feels a little bit production-y. Not in the lyrics, but just in the melody of it. It doesn't have that same kind of feel. There's nothing really else that I could say about it that's bad. I don't think it's bad at all. It's just, it's missing something and I can't put my finger on it.
I feel pretty different from both of what you said. All for One, I think the only negative with that is that the message doesn't line up with the rest of the movie, but I think the song is great, like really good. And then this High School Musical, I was thinking if All for One didn't exist, I mean, not All for One, if All in This Together didn't exist and this song was in the first High School Musical, I think that would be the All in This Together. I think people would hold this to that standard.
No,
I think it's really good.
I don't think that. You think too highly of this song.
We don't live in that timeline, so we just don't know. But
Yeah,
that's
you're
what I
right.
think.
You're right, but
There's no way that we can see it like that anymore because now we
Yeah.
have All in This Together.
we're all in this together. Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, and we spoke about this in, I think, the second movie's episode, where we mentioned something like, all right, we have the All in This Together, then we have All for One. Is there another song in this movie with All in it? Yeah, I Want It All. They got it. They covered all three.
I want it all in this together.
Oh yeah, then I like the I want it.
I want it. I want it all. I want it. I want it.
That's great.
It's good. I love her
It's good.
outfit too. The kind of unitard she's got going on.
Yeah, all the outfit changes, and then she's back in her
Yeah.
balcony again.
Yep, where she
Yeah.
belongs.
Yeah, reigning over everyone. I agree. So, yeah, number 4. Did I say everything about Now or Never? I think I did. It's really good. It's really good.
It's good.
And I think I ranked it much lower before doing any ranks, just like in my mind. I'm like, it's all right. But listening to it again, that chorus is really good.
Yeah, this is the
It's really
last
good.
chance to make it right. Oh, it's
And I
good.
love when they're all singing it when they're in the group huddle. Like, hey, let's get Rocket Man in here. And then they're like singing it in front of the coach.
Yeah.
That is a good moment.
Yeah. I like the intro of it, that 16 minutes, 16 minutes, 16
Yeah.
minutes. Oh, so good.
I like the Troy Gabriella moment.
I do too. It's so
Yeah.
good. How does this small section feel more authentic than any of their songs in the movie? It's just,
I don't know,
All right.
but they got it. It's good.
they did. Number
All
3.
right. Number 3. You go.
My number 3 is Now or Never.
All right. That's
Yeah.
good.
That's not too off the mark. But yeah. We spoke about it. I like this song a lot. I'm a big, and what's funny is that Get Your Head in the Game was my number 3. So it's on par.
So it works out. It's like poetry.
It's like
as
poetry.
George would say.
It rhymes. Yeah, Now or
My
Never.
number 3 is Just Want to Be With You.
Oh, okay. I love Just Want to Be With You, but not for it being a Troy and Gabriella song. You want to go first, though? Because you put it number 3.
This song was the one that Ryan and Kelsey sang first, right?
Yep.
I like that version.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I
I like that
love
one.
the whole first, I don't know, what is it, like the first minute and a half of Ryan and Kelsey singing it?
Yeah.
I wanted this to be a Ryan and Kelsey song. Not like them, a romance or anything. I wanted
Or
to
Ryan
just
and
hear
Chad, either way.
whatever rows your boat.
Yeah.
But I wanted to hear them sing this song because Ryan and Kelsey nailed it. They did so good. Just that piano. It really brought back those emotions of what I've been looking for. Just kind of that piano tune that Kelsey always does. And then the way Ryan harmonizes in the beginning is so good.
Yeah, he has a great voice. He was great at playing the piano. It just all naturally came together, and then it's what I wanted. It's like it has the romance, and then it has some life. It has some energy. It has what I want, and it's my number 3, top 3 in High School Musical 3.
Yeah. Also, the lyrics,
a great song.
when you pay attention to the lyrics, they make more sense than any of the Troy and Gabriella songs, too. Like, it works as a better Troy and Gabriella song because it talks about how, they're going to just kind of put away all of these distractions and all of these things that are hounding them about their future. In the end, their goal is they just want to be together and they're just going to try to make it work. And that's the whole point of the song, is that you're going to just try to make it work because you just want to be with that person. So even then, it works as a Troy and Gabriella song, and it works amazing as a Ryan and Kelsey song from the beginning.
Does it work for Ryan and Kelsey, or does it just sound good when they sing it?
Yeah, when I say it works, I mean it sounds good when they sing it.
Okay, I agree.
It's a good song. I hear that one. That one's been like my most repeated on my soundtrack. Like just, I catch myself singing that one more. But just the beginning that Ryan sings, I like that part a lot.
Me too. As soon as I saw it in the movie, I'm like, yep, this is high
Yep.
up.
Yep. Exactly.
This is high up.
That. I got
You ever
a
just
lot
hear a
of
song
things.
and from the very first
Yep,
second,
from
you
the
know,
piano.
"Dang, I'm gonna love this."
Once he started playing it, I was like, I like this. I like this a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything else about Now or Never? That's your number 3, right? Anything else?
I think I fanned out so much about that song already. I love it. I love those basketball songs, that
Yeah.
choreography, the whole hook line of "This is the last chance to make it right." It's everybody. That's my encouragement after this. After you hear this podcast, go hear "Now or Never" on the High School Musical 3 soundtrack.
Your heart is in that song.
My heart is in that song. My head's in the game.
All
My
right.
head's in the song.
Let's do number 2.
Number 2. Tony, hit me. Or wait, is it my turn?
I don't know. Whoever wants to go.
Okay, my number 2 is "I Just Want to Be With You." That's easy.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, that's my number 2.
Okay.
It's
I haven't been keeping track.
I have.
Of
So
you.
you're we're like one number off for some of these.
Okay. My number 2 is High School Musical.
I felt that. I felt it. Cause I know this almost confirms the number 1s now.
Almost. If you're keeping track, you should already know.
I
for
know.
Sure.
I know exactly your number 1 now.
I kept, I only kept track of yours for our first episode of the first High School Musical. But then I thought, I don't want to know your number 1 until you say it. So I'm surprising myself. But,
Okay. Okay.
But I think you should have seen mine coming, I think.
You know, when I going into this listing, I had 2 songs I thought possible for your number 1. And when you put "We're All in This Together" at number 5, that instantly I knew what song was your number 1.
But anyways, we're up to number 2. Up to number 2.
Yep.
So I think we spoke
Extensively.
our thoughts on, yeah.
On both of these songs.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess just to add the final details, High School Musical, also on top of it being graduation and the finale, that was their end game moment. That was their close-up moment. That was their goodbye. It's very special.
Yeah.
Very special.
Yeah.
They made the Wildcats logo with their colors.
Mm-hmm. It was a good song to end the movie and the franchise on.
And the lead up of Troy giving his, we're all in this together. We'll always be Wildcats.
Once
As
a
my
Wildcat, always a Wildcat.
Always a Wildcat. As my favorite moments of Sharpay whenever she's genuine.
Yeah.
Like when he gave credit to Gabriella about I forgot what, and then Sharpay looks over just very happy for her. No underlying
no malice,
meanness or anything. Yeah,
no mischief.
Yeah.
Just being supportive, being a friend.
So it's great. It really is good.
It's a good song. I think it was a good way to end it.
And yeah, yours, Just Want to Be With You, right?
It's so sweet. It's so cute. It's just, it's such a good song. And even from the Troy and Gabriella angle, when they perform it at the spring musicale, it's cute. It's adorable.
Yeah, it still sounds good.
It still sounds good. I just kind of wish we got a whole version of Ryan and Kelsey, or just
Me too.
Lucas Gabriel, and I don't know the name of your actress, Kelsey. I'm so sorry.
I forgot. I used to know it. Oh well.
But yeah, it's so pretty. I wish that they would recreate it just a little bit. Put it on YouTube.
This song
or something.
snuck up on me.
Yeah,
This song,
for real.
I didn't see it coming.
I didn't even remember this from the first time I watched the movie on my own. I did not remember this song. I only remembered "Can I Have This Dance?" and "We're All in This Together," the graduation mix. So
Yeah.
this song really did sneak up on me. I was like, whoa, that's a good song.
These songs are not that bad. They're not. I feel like they stand up along with the rest of the High School Musical.
I agree. I mean, I love High School Musical 2s and 3s. I think all 3 movies have good songs. Just High School Musical 1s are like up there.
It has a lot more, yeah.
High School Musical 1 songs are classic. But 2 and 3 are good.
But
All right,
how
you
much
ready?
of that is just our nostalgia, and how much of that is because it was the first one? How much of that is because we're giving it leeway because it was a DCOM?
You
How
know,
much
if you
of it
put
is all
that much thought into it, you take away from what makes them so special.
They should be able to stand on their own.
It's all of the above. That's what makes it classic and legendary.
It can stand on its own.
For all of the reasons is good.
It can stand on its own.
For all of the reasons.
Okay, so number one.
Number one.
I have no idea what your number one is. I really don't. Let me look real quick.
No, I'll just say it.
No, let me look real quick. Let me look. No. I feel like we've gone through all of them. I have no idea. Wait.
Tony. My number one song
what is
We're All in This Together. The graduation mix.
Oh, yeah. So was this very nostalgia based? Or was this
it's not nostalgia. It's my... You were over here saying, like, when you were explaining this for your number 5, like, the reason you put this there, you put your bias aside. I did not. I put nothing aside. This is all my emotions. This is all my opinion.
So I have the definitive objective list.
No, you don't.
I do. I do. Now you guys know. Emotional list, Caroline. Objective, definitive, correct list.
We'll go with objective, not correct, mister.
And definitive. Objective, correct, and
you get one
list.
Adjective to describe this list, and that's
all right,
objective.
Correct.
No. Objective.
Objection, Your Honor.
Objection, Cotton. Phoenix Wright.
All right, so we're all in this together.
We're all in this together. Just that choir intro, that humming.
Yeah.
Burr, 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 burr.
Here's the flute. Jurassic Park flute. I made it in all 3 episodes.
Once we know where we are, we're all stars. Oh, I was almost crying when they were swaying and they were giving that intro. Oh, it hits you in the feels too. This is that Avengers Endgame moment where it's like, it's real. Like, we've seen them since the beginning and all of their struggles and them growing as characters, and here they are graduating, and I feel like a proud parent watching them graduate, and then they have to hit you with the best song from number 1 with We're All in This Together, the graduation mix.
Their theme song.
The theme song. I was thinking back on it, I was like, man, I should have played this at my graduation party when y'all were over.
Oh, wow, yeah.
That would have been perfect.
If only you remembered.
If only, but I didn't. I was playing like hip music. By hip I mean like upbeat music. I didn't want to be crying at my party. We're all in
By
this
hip you mean
together.
cool? You mean the bee's knees of music? Do you mean the cat's pajamas of music?
The cat's pajamas.
Yeah.
You're showing your age, old man.
Oh boy, my number 1.
Come on. I've been keeping track. Tell the audience.
I want it all. I want it. I want it all.
The Sharpay lover. You know, I don't think this...
lovers
I don't
rejoice.
think this
We have the
list
best
is-
song in High School Musical 3.
I don't think this
and the
list
best
is
Sharpay
objective
song of
at
all
all.
time.
I don't think this list is objective
Ladies and
at all.
gentlemen, we can all gather around.
Hold on here. I want to recount. Stop the count. Stop
We have
the
the
count.
best song.
It's
It
a
was
good
fun.
song.
It was exciting.
It's a good song.
It had the
I
best
can't
outfits. It had outfit changes.
It did have the best outfits. It's a good song. I can't diss it. It's just, yeah, I should have known it would be your number 1.
It's fun. It's the best of High School Musical. That's what you want to show these moviegoers.
Let's not get crazy now.
These casual, non-High School Musical fans. That's what you want to show them to impress them.
You want to show them something. I guess, yeah, if I wanted to think of the big band song of this movie, it's I Want It All.
It is in a way, because I forgot to ask you this, but now's a good time. This movie also had to compete with the quality of other musicals as well. now that it's in theaters. You can't get
Oh.
away with just, DCOM level movies and song, even though the songs are great, obviously, but it has to be done in a way that, they had a bigger budget and it's for a wider audience. And you can tell for a lot of songs had, good production value, but I Want It All, they went all out. You can tell they went all out on the props, the outfits, the choreography, the song, everything. And I feel like that was them bringing it up to the movie theater level. But just in general, how do you think this movie compares to other musicals? Can it stand up amongst the rest?
Oh, that's a great question. I'm putting the musicals in my head of Greatest Showman is too high of a bar.
That's not even fair. Yeah, we can't mention.
Yeah, that's not fair. That's
not fair.
That's the greatest. But
I can't think of any off the top of my head. La La Land?
Yeah, a lot.
Les Miserables?
Okay, but yeah, these are musicals, yes.
Les Mis,
La La Land. I saw Les Mis. I saw La La
In the
Land.
Heights? This is better than In the Heights.
Oh, yeah, this is better than
Come
In the
on.
Heights. Hamilton doesn't count. That's a Broadway film.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm even trying to think of Phantom of the Opera, the Gerard Butler one. That's a film. This is better than that.
I didn't see that.
It's good. Well, I mean, the songs
Grease?
are good. Oh, Tony. I don't want our moms to come murder us.
Uh-oh.
I gotta say it real low.
What's that?
I think High School Musical is better. Shh.
Oh.
Hopefully we're at the part where my parents don't listen. They usually click
I think we
off
made that
after,
cutoff already.
Yeah, they usually
For a lot of people, actually.
click off after an hour, but still.
I think we made the cutoff. But really, you think so? I would have to rewatch it, but there's a lot of classics in there. A lot.
But okay, High School Musical 1 to Grease. Just off that comparison.
We're going to compare those?
Just from those two right now. Because it's not fair to compare three
They're
movies
both high
to
school.
one.
They're both high
Exactly.
school movies.
But just High School Musical 1 to Grease.
Except one of them, in one of the schools, they all look like they're 35, 40 years old.
And in the other one, they look like they're
18.
20.
I think Taylor, I forgot her name. I forgot the actress's name. But I think she was the oldest.
I think so too.
I think she was closest to I want to say she was getting close to 30 when High School Musical 3 was coming out.
No way.
Can you check it?
I will.
I don't even know how you check that. I don't know how you check that, but.
I will.
But anyways, now let me think. Grease versus High School Musical. Is this blasphemous to even think that? I feel like a lot of people will say Grease, obviously.
I feel like
compare the two.
Our moms would say that. My mom would smack me if I was to tell her, "Oh, heck yeah, High School Musical over Grease."
But it has Grease lightning.
We go together like
We go
doo-wop,
together.
doo-wop-a-da, beep-a-da-beep-a-da.
It has Look at Me, I'm Sandra Dean.
Look at me, I'm sad.
It has Tell Me About It, Stud.
Oh, I do you're the one that I want. You are the one I want. Ooh, 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 yeah. All right, yeah. Her name is Monique Coleman. She was 28 at the filming of High School Musical 3.
Ah, you see? Mm-hmm. She looked really young, though. She didn't look like she was
Yeah, I didn't.
the adult amongst children.
I didn't feel that. How you do, fellow kids?
Yeah, yeah.
From her. I mean, Grease has some classics. That's the thing. And Grease
A lot of
also
classics.
set the bar. It set a standard for movie musicals.
Grease also has its own When There Was You and Me.
When There Was Me and You.
When There Was Me and You. I can't remember.
Which one is that one in
songs.
Grease? Which song is that in Grease?
That's the one that I forgot her name, but it's the Beauty School Dropout.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
The
wow.
Beauty School Dropout, yeah.
You're right. I mean, in Grease, I only as a movie, High School Musical's better. Grease gets me mad. I've gone on rants with my mom that I don't like the movie Grease because I hate the message and how they change to try to appease each other instead of just accepting who they are.
Oh yeah, Sandy did change herself.
She changed, and it was because
She
Danny
was a
was
sweet little
embarrassed.
Gabriella.
Exactly, and she had to be this greaser gal to to fit in with him, and he was over here like, yeah, I'll change for her, and he's wearing the Letterman, but as soon as he sees her in those heels and she's like, tell me about it, he takes off his jacket. He goes back to being a greaser. I don't like that.
He went back to his true self.
In High School Musical, they say, hey, you know what? You could be yourself. I could be myself. We can break free from these stereotypes. You can,
like hip hop and pop and dance.
And it's legal. Not another sound. Come on, man.
But what happened now in High School Musical 3? Are they unbroken?
Yeah. They are. Because he even picked a college.
No, they broke free. They broke free in the first one. Did they unbreak? Did Kenny put the crazy glue? Did he put the crazy glue on Troy?
No.
Did it end with him?
He's going to a school for performing arts and basketball. He wants the best of both worlds.
That's true. I forgot about that part.
I think maybe Gabriella. She's the only one not pursuing performing arts. She's going to Stanford pre-law. Girl wants to be a lawyer.
I think Troy did like singing more than Gabriella.
I think so too. He definitely got into it more than she did in any of their songs. Like anytime you see Troy in a song, Gabriella's just happy to be there. She's just happy to be singing with Troy, but he's getting into it.
Yeah.
He's been getting into it since that moonwalk from Breaking Free.
Yeah. He's been getting into it since the
I never opened my heart. Oh. It's
since
so
the throat clear.
Living
silent throat
in
clear.
my own world. That's it. He was in. He was liking it.
Man.
It feels so nice to hear. We didn't touch on this in the last episode, but it feels so nice to hear Zac Efron. No insult to Drew Seeley. Drew Seeley is the voice in those iconic songs.
Drew, why didn't you clear your throat? Who did what first? Did he record first, or did
it was recorded first, and then they filmed over it?
So the song was recorded. Drew sang first, and then Zach was hearing it, and then he had to lip sync to that.
Yeah.
So he cleared his throat, and there wasn't a cue for him to clear his throat. Come on, Zach.
Zach, get with the plan.
Zach. It's all right.
Drew Seeley has a good voice, and I love his songs and the way he is in High School Musical 1, but it is nice to hear Zac Efron in 2 and 3.
Yeah.
He's got a good voice.
Man, I feel like now we're reminiscing about the whole franchise, and this is our end, covering High School Musical.
Oh, this is our end. This is where Elbow Nudge ends after you put We're On This Together at number 5.
Yeah, I'm not going to put number 18. I'm going to put finale.
You're gonna clickbait?
Yeah.
It only took them 18 episodes before they decided to call it
title. We're done, and then just put like your hand, like a hand over your face. We're done.
Can you redraw the characters? So one of them face palming, and the other one he put the elbow down. It's no longer.
Should they be wearing hoodies? Baggy hoodies.
They should be looking the other way. Have them look away from each other.
What are the videos titled though? Like, we're quitting YouTube. Or something, like,
why Elbow Nudge broke up.
Why I left Elbow Nudge. We should make our own separate videos.
Yours is gonna say that. Mine says I gotta go my own way.
Dang it. Mine's gonna say I walked away. Or I couldn't have it all.
I wanted it all. When there was me and you. Even when we're trying to clickbait, we don't use when there was me and you.
No. I was just thinking of those BuzzFeed videos of why I left BuzzFeed. Why I left
BuzzFeed. Why I quit BuzzFeed. Why I'm no longer at BuzzFeed.
Yeah. Why I'm no longer at Elbow Nudge.
Those are all like the David and Liza Koshy. David Dobrik and Liza Koshy. We broke up, period.
Oh, what?
That was like the highest watched video was their breakup video.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And so many other YouTubers have tried to recreate that.
Their breakup?
Yeah, like recording themselves breaking up. Or like telling people we broke up. We still love each other,
Wow.
but we're breaking up.
I'm not gonna clickbait the podcast.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write 18. I'm just gonna write 18.
Number 18, High School Musical 3. We'll stick with it.
Yeah.
But this is the end of the High School Musical. You know, I was a little bit inclined to watch the musical, the series. Just maybe to see what this current generation is seeing High School Musical as. Because that's how it's going on right now. It's super popular. Especially with like the teenagers now. They love High School Musical, the series.
But it's over, right? Isn't that done?
That's a good question. I thought it was continuing, but maybe because I know only 2 seasons are out. Maybe it is over. I did see when I was Googling, just kind of doing I didn't do a lot of research about this movie. I was more focused on the songs and stuff. But when I was just scrolling through the Wikipedia page, it says in sequels, in the section on Wikipedia, it says, in late 2021, rumors began swirling at a possible 4th film with the entire cast set to return. Vanessa Hudgens expressed interest in the film. So I followed up on that. And I went to apparently she did an Instagram live or just Snapchat, insert social media. She was live somewhere. And she said, oh, if they do a High School Musical 4, I will definitely return. That's all she said.
Whoa.
But there's apparently rumors. I just don't know if they're grounded in truth or not. But there's a possibility that a High School Musical 4 may happen. But as for the musical,
I don't know how I would feel about that.
We
would definitely have to cover it.
We would. We definitely would.
But with Rocket Man and Tiara Gold?
I don't know. Apparently
Rocket Man is our Troy Bolton? Nah.
Well, if it's the original cast returning, if it's Zac Efron and Ashley Tisdale, oh yeah, we're in. But
I don't think they'll all come back.
that's
Definitely not
my
Zac.
thing.
Zac wouldn't come back.
Zac is so high profile. I don't think he will. But maybe there's a special place in his heart for High School Musical.
I don't know. He barely makes it to those reunions.
He was filming in Brazil. To be fair, he was dying in Brazil at the time. He got bit.
I know Vanessa loves High School Musical.
Yeah. Also, there's a lot of jokes online that she's not really in anything relevant today, so she needs that.
I didn't want to go there. I did not want to go there, but I thought about it.
I went there.
I thought about it. I'm like, yeah, that's probably the only gig she could get. But
I mean, she's at Coachella. I don't know what she does at Coachella, but she goes to Coachella. She's a event there or whatever.
With Ashley Tisdale, I remember seeing an interview with her where I don't know if it was the anniversary or something, but an interviewer was bringing up Sharpay, and they were asking her if she would ever, reprise her role in any way or come back or whatever. And she said that Sharpay was a character of that time. She said that she was able to pull off the Sharpay character because of her age and her state of mind at that time, whatever, and it really added to the character. But she said she wouldn't really be able to do that now.
Huh. That's a very mature answer. I gotta commend her for that. Because it's
I
true.
really liked her answer on that because I've heard other artists from different creative fields, like music, drawing, things like that. They usually say, I can't do what I did before. I can't do that song anymore. I can't do that drawing anymore because that was the time and place when they were ready to do that. And they were in that state of mind. They were in that part of their lives and skill set to do that drawing, but they won't be able to recapture that again. So that's the first time I heard it for an actor or actress to say that.
But it's true, yeah, because that was around all of that time with Sweet Life and just that whole culture of Disney Channel and the Disney Channel movies, and Sharpay just fit that image so well. And then plus she got her own film with that Sharpay's Adventure.
Yeah.
So she might have just had enough of okay, I did it. I did my part. I don't know if I want to go back and be that character again. Speaking now as an outside, if they were to do a High School Musical 4 and bring everybody back, I think they would have to realism them up a little bit. Just a little bit. Don't make Sharpay so Sharpay. But then you take
realism
away...
them up a little bit.
Reel them up a little bit.
They have to modern Disney era them.
But if they do that, then it's like they take away from the characters that we know.
That's
them
not their
as.
character anymore.
Exactly. So
My obvious answer is don't bring them back. I don't think they should come
maybe
back.
it's best that we leave them where they are. I looked up High School Musical, the series is still going, so
Oh, okay.
I think they're gonna move forward with that.
Should we do that or nah?
Let me watch it, and then if I
All
like
right.
it, then
I'm leaning towards nah, but you tell me.
I'm leaning towards nah. But if I see it and I really like it, I'll tell you about it. Be like, Tony, we gotta see this.
I like Olivia just because of her song.
I like
Good for
Olivia
you.
Rodrigo. Yeah, I like good. I listened to her album. I like all the songs on her album.
That one song won me over. I heard it randomly on just like a randomized shuffle playlist. I'm like, what's this? Immediately got my attention. I'm like, all right, she's cool.
It hit me with all the Paramore vibes that.
Yeah.
That's like the thing too is I transitioned
That
from
parallel
being like
thinking to Paramore.
I transitioned from being a High School Musical kid to liking Paramore. That was what I was hearing when I was 14, 15. So it's interesting. But yeah, I like the Good For You. I was hearing her. I saw the clip of her singing Breaking Free. She sings the Troy part in Breaking Free for High School Musical, the series. And it's really good.
Okay.
So I'll check it out. I'll see how it is. Because it's also a very different style. It's not a DCOM. It's a show. It's shot mockumentary style. So there's a lot to consider there.
Yeah. But all right.
Tony, we did it.
This is it. We did it.
Once a while.
We all did it.
We all did this because we're all in this together.
We're all in this together. Man. This felt like a journey, honestly.
It was a good journey. I loved revisiting these movies and rewatching these and listening to the songs again. So good. It also kind of reawakened my love for musicals. I started watching Newsies. Newsies is another.
Never fell asleep.
Sometimes mine takes a little vacation to watch other things.
Oh, okay.
But it doesn't go away. But after hearing one musical, I want to hear more. So like I was watching The Phantom of the Opera. I started watching. I didn't finish it because I got pulled away to do something. But I started watching Newsies, which is on Disney Plus. It's a musical directed by Kenny Ortega. He actually did this before he did High School Musical 1.
Hey, look at this guy.
Yeah. So I'm checking it out. So far it's good, but watching High School Musical definitely like I have I'm on a musical kick right now. I like it. All the songs and everything.
Yeah, and again, also the nice feelings you get from watching a DCOM itself, even outside of just being a musical.
Oh, yeah.
You can't beat that.
Oh, yeah.
So, we'll be revisiting DCOMs.
We said we were going to do it once a month, so hopefully we stick to that.
Yeah,
and
next week is going to be a mystery right now.
Absolutely. It's
Not
a mystery.
Not teasing a movie
Even
yet,
to us, it's a mystery.
I wasn't going to say that part, but yeah, we have no idea.
Tony, we're having the 100% honesty.
I never said 100. What do I always say, Caroline?
90%.
90%. That's right. I'm giving 90%. Every podcast, 90%. I don't know. You fluctuate. Like, you're 35, then you're 55.
How dare you insinuate that I would never be anything but honest on this podcast?
Guys, thanks for listening very much. Especially if you heard all three. I'm glad you were part of this with us. It was very fun. Thank you for bearing with episode 2. That was a hard time for me. And Caroline, thank you for bearing with me as well. I think we have a great 3-parter ourselves now. We became a part of this as well. But do you want to tell them anything before we go, or do we just stare at the camera and wait for the song to play us out?
If you want to send us any suggestions for films, you can reach us at our email, which is elbownudgepod@gmail.com, or you can DM us at our social medias, which are Instagram and Twitter at elbownudge.
Goodbye, Wildcats.